This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Welcome to DBL, everyone. It's Thursday, October 14th. I am Tori. I'm here with my good friends Jeff and Erica. Full disclosure, Al was on the show about 30 seconds ago, but Al's cracked a tooth and his mouth was looking pretty funny. So we switched and had Jeff here. So thank you.
Well, it was numb.
It was, yeah,
completely
very numb. Yeah.
Yes.
So it would have been funny, but we couldn't have understood.
I was on the sidelines and I wanted to watch Al. He would have been way more entertaining than I. So
we love
good
you,
to be
Al.
here.
Good luck. All right. Now, there's some new details from Katie Couric's upcoming memoir that are raising questions about her journalistic integrity. So in 2016, Katie sat down with the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She asked her how she felt about NFL players taking a knee during the national anthem in protest. So here's the portion of RBG's response that was actually published at the time. Okay, that's important.
What do I think? I think it's really dumb of them. Would I arrest them for doing it? No. I think it's dumb and disrespectful. I would have the same answer if you asked me about flag burning.
Interesting. Now it turns out that Katie said she left out some quotes, like RBG saying that those who kneel are showing, quote, contempt for a government that has made it possible for their parents and grandparents to live a decent life. Katie said she did it to protect RBG, but some are saying this proves that journalists have an agenda. Interesting. This is fascinating to me. A, why did Katie Couric come out now? Two, what else is she edited? When it comes to maybe, I don't know, Matt Lauer, I'd love to know if she's someone who edits herself. What's that about? And three, I do want to raise that RBG did apologize publicly to Colin Kaepernick, saying she shouldn't have spoken out about it without knowing more about why he was kneeling. So I wanted to make that clear. So Erica, what do you think about all this?
I think everyone, well, most people edit themselves, and for good reason, especially when you don't necessarily have time to process or really understand the gravity of what you're speaking on. This is an interesting example of this to me because, as we know, when Colin Kaepernick first knelt, there were a lot of people who felt very strongly against it, who changed their minds over the course of what was happening at that time in history, which was only a few years ago, so it's not like it was that long ago. But I think that's the important thing to note. There can be an evolution.
That's fair.
When you know better, you do better. So this is an interesting example to me for that reason, because I think a lot of people, if they're being honest with themselves, maybe didn't feel the same way then that they do now about the kneeling.
Even a Supreme Court justice.
Right.
Saying, wow, that's very fair. Jeff, what do you feel about this?
I have the exact same ideology as her. You know, when you hear something or when someone takes a knee during the national anthem, my first knee-jerk reaction was, how dare they do that, right? But after talking to you, Al, being on the show, that's why having a group of friends or people around you with diversity gives you a little insight to what they're feeling, what they're going through. So you can have a knee-jerk reaction. You have to have wear your ideologies like your clothes, right? 5 years ago, this was my favorite jacket. Now I don't like it so much anymore. It's okay to have those ideologies and opinions as long as you're flexible in your thinking and say, I totally see what they're saying now. I was wrong in saying that. That's fine by saying that. And move forward and say, I do support what they're saying now. It's okay to have those. It doesn't mean you're held to those. Although we do hold people to those nowadays, whatever you say is permanently on your record. But I don't believe in that. I think if you want to really change your mind and ideology about something, I think that's good for you. Good for Ruth Bader Ginsburg for changing.
I agree with you. I just want to ask you real quick, both of you, what does this make you think about Katie Couric in a different way at all, knowing that she edits her journal? She was a journalist at some point.
That's a whole different side of the conversation that I do want to talk to, because I definitely think the media holds back and puts out stories that they want to put out, right? What's good for them, whatever's good for their ratings, so to speak, right? And not putting down whatever side they believe in, speaking of ideology. So that's a whole different conversation. We could go there if you want.
Well, it's just it's a curated response that she was open to say, and I was wondering how bad that is.
But technically, any edited piece is a curated piece.
That's fair.
So it's just a matter of what is deemed to be the information that you are putting out there, like based on a time constraint as well.
I just wonder why Katie Couric's doing this now. I mean, I would never say don't tell your story to anyone, but it's just a lot of info that makes me feel like, Weird, little much. All right, mega podcast star Joe Rogan has repeatedly raised doubts and criticized the COVID vaccines and has also spoken about taking unproven treatments when he got COVID. Well, in his latest podcast, he sat down with CNN's chief medical correspondent Sanjay Gupta, Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Rogan confronted him about the network's coverage of him taking the anti-parasitic drug ivermectin, saying he was taking, quote, a livestock drug. Take a look at this.
Why would they lie and say that's horse dewormer? I can afford people medicine. This is ridiculous. It's just a lie.
I don't think anyone is.
But don't you think that a lie like that is dangerous on a news network when you know that they know they're lying?
Can I just come back to the one I want to talk about? Two things on the ledger.
You have, before we get to that, does it bother you that the news network you work for out and out lied, just outright lied about me taking horse dewormer?
They shouldn't have said that.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
At another point in the interview, Sanjay, or Dr. Gupta, tried to convince Rogan to get vaccinated. Here's what happened.
I think you should get vaccinated and then get sick.
What?
This is why. Because then you got the vaccine protects you from a bad infection, and then you get COVID, so then you get the robust immunity that's imparted from having the actual disease itself.
So for you, Joe Rogan,
yes,
I would say you've had it.
Yes.
So now get one shot of the vaccine.
No.
Why not?
Because I have better immunity than I would if I was vaccinated.
Joe Rogan is fair to speak out, but when you start talking about medical claims to Dr. Sanjay Gupta, it just feels weird. Now, I understand what he said about CNN, ivermectin. I think that was confusing, and you have a point on that, don't you?
Well, I'm a Joe Rogan fan. I know not everybody in here is. And I like Joe Rogan for the fact that he takes the other side of the conversation, even if he doesn't agree with it. That's kind of what I try to do on this show as well, because you need that. You need that balance. You need to talk it out. As far as which one do you want to go? Do you want to go ivermectin first?
Yeah.
Because he's right. It did make him better. So why aren't we looking into that? I don't agree with the vaccines and things like that, but if something made someone feel better and he didn't take horse dewormer, it was given to billions of people around the world, this very same medicine, why aren't we looking into, if that made him feel better, why aren't we looking into that? There's this new pill that we had our Dr. Coley on yesterday, Merca or something?
Merck. It's a COVID pill.
But so now that's okay.
Right.
But if Trump came out and said, I took Merck, I feel like people would be against it just because Trump said that he was taking Merck. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I think Trump said he took ivermectin at one point, and now people are against it just because of political ideologies rather than looking the medicine behind it. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you're 100% wrong in that the people are against it based on who the messenger is.
Right.
But I also believe that there are so many other variables in this equation as to why certain people have been able to be healthy or like recover from this based on a lot of other things that they were doing, based on their standard of healthcare, based on their resources. So I think what some people are saying and pushing back against is the people that listen to Joe Rogan all don't have Joe Rogan's pockets or access.
Healthcare.
And so it's dangerous to say this is something that's going to cure you when so many people are still dying because they don't have those same resources.
Totally, and I'm not even for taking that, right? And again, I think I have to clear up. I'm vaccinated, I'm pro-vax. I have to put that into the conversation. But I'm not saying take that medicine. Why aren't we talking about taking that medicine? Like when we brought it up, I asked Dr. Coley about it yesterday, and she's like, because it doesn't work. That was her answer. Well, clearly it works. Joe Rogan's an example.
But he had a cocktail. So it's like, that's the thing. Like when
but
we
it
said
works,
that.
right? A doctor on our show said it did not work, but it clearly works.
Okay, I'm not going to get into the medical aspect. I'm simply saying that when Joe Rogan came out, he said these are the cocktails of everything that I took.
Right.
So to isolate one when people are rushing to different places to purchase
Totally
this
get what you're
and
saying.
not under doctor's care,
Causing
and they're taking too much of it.
It's very problematic.
Right. Totally agree with what you're saying. Totally agree.
It's a good. Is it the cause in the correlation? I also think it's not a great place to have a different point of view when it's medicine and science. To me, 1 + 1 = 2. There aren't two different sides, but I.
But his 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Well,
take
1 + 100 million equaled 2.
All right, we'll be right back. Thanks, guys. Stick with us.
Closed captioning provided by
So going back to the what, right? So going back to our discussion. So I don't know. So what do you want me to say?
We were just having the discussion about Joe Rogan and what he took the idea that there has been some indication that this ivermectin was helping to cure from COVID, but the response really is that we don't have any information that states that this particular drug is responsible
by itself. Right.
He took a bunch of other things, including monoclonal.
And it's also a very frustrating conversation for medical professionals as well, because they're still very inundated with people who are coming in unvaccinated and also with COVID. And so it's the idea that you aren't willing to do what works in order to prevent yourself from being and taking up hospital beds from people who are coming in with other ailments, other viruses, things that they don't have control over, when you have an option to be controlled, or be in control of your health. So I think it's a complicated conversation, but ultimately, it just makes me very uncomfortable that Joe Rogan has so much influence on people who don't have his same resources, because I know for a fact that people are still dying from COVID.
But why isn't that the conversation? Exactly what you're saying. Instead of saying, you take ivermectin, which is a horse dewormer, which is not true in this case, and you're a Trumper. That's like the thing that we're saying against it. Instead of saying,
I don't think Trump is even in this conversation. Not for me.
Not for you, but I think for a lot of people, ivermectin is a political thing.
Right, but I think ultimately it just comes down to having people be proactive about their health and not necessarily having people who aren't medical experts giving medical advice.
And I totally agree. The one thing I agree with is, why don't we look at the positives and bring that to the table instead of knocking this down and giving false information.
Welcome back to DBL. I'm doing Shatner. We're getting our first look at William Shatner floating weightless. No one laughed? Okay, weightless in space.
At what point did you decide that you're going to pull that trigger?
As the music was like dun dun dun.
I feel like it was like way before that.
You are incorrect. Blue Origin posted this video showing Shatner peering out the window, looking back down on Earth for the very first time in his life. You can see him say, "Oh, wow." Here's what he said about the experience.
You're looking down on the Earth, look up in space, but you're also looking up into the future and looking down into the past. What we're looking down upon is Mother Earth, and it needs protecting.
Now, some people, including Prince William, say that space exploration should take a back seat to efforts to protect Mother Earth. So here's what Prince William had to say about it in a recent BBC interview. Take a look.
The idea that this space race is on at the moment, we've seen everyone trying to get space tourism going. It's the idea that we need some of the world's greatest brains and minds fixed on trying to repair this planet, not trying to find the next place to go and live.
All right, I think both things can be true. I think we need to have space exploration because our species is one that explores and moves on, and I think we need to fix Mother Earth at the same time. I don't think you have to have one or the other.
Well, I agree with you, but is it necessary? And people can do whatever they want to do with their money,
right.
But I don't know if sending actors and billionaires up into air like really helps that agenda. I don't understand. I think it's more like a ride that only the rich people can have.
And I feel like it will trickle down to normal rank and file once the rich people get it, like everything. They get it, and then it sort of trickles down, and then it's a normal transit or possible exploration.
One day we'll get to go on that roller coaster.
Or that perhaps you go around and you get to visit or explore or learn about other places in space. I believe in space exploration, but I also think Mother Earth needs to be important too. I think both things can be true. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know why people are getting all worked up about rich people doing crazy things, right? I mean, just look at the airlines. Some people sit in first class. Us, we have to sit in the back of the bus. You know what I mean? Like you're in the back of the airplane by the toilet, great. But the rich get to do cool things. That's just the way this world works.
Do you think the rich should be paying for climate change to be fixed on this Earth instead of anything about space exploration? Or do you think they can have both?
I think they can have both.
Interesting. Interesting.
Is it? Or are you just saying that because we have to go?
It is interesting. I think a lot of people, Prince William.
Are we going to talk about it after the show?
Yeah, and Prince William clearly thinks there's one or the other. I don't. Love to know what you guys think. Our interview, stop looking at me. Our interview with Meghan Trainor is next. We'll be right back.
You're talking.
Okay.
The tweet claims Biden's new driving tax is expected to cost you about 8 cents a mile. Get ready to pay an extra $1,200 a year. A post on Facebook reads, better contact your reps. If you drive 26,000 miles times 8 cents per mile, that's $2,080. Now get mad. Rick and BE asked the Verify team, is this accurate? Our source for this is the Infrastructure and Jobs Investment Act, which is part of the president's Build Back Better agenda. The legislation includes around $550 billion in new federal investment in America's roads and bridges, water infrastructure, resilience, internet, and more. In it is a national motor vehicle per mile user fee pilot for drivers who participate in a pilot program aimed at studying whether a per mile user fee would help improve roads. The goal here is to see if such a fee would help restore and maintain long-term solvency of the Highway Trust Fund and improve the surface transportation system. If the legislation passes, the participants in the study would record the miles they drive and pay fees based on those miles. Enrollment would be voluntary, and the participants would be reimbursed for out-of-pocket expenses. So we can verify the legislation does not include a new driving tax, as these social media posts claim.
Look at these little pockets. Welcome back to DBL. She was all about that bass, but now she's all about being a mom. Earlier, we sat down with Meghan Trainor to talk all about her family and her new gig, TV gigs. There's today's Chatting with the Stars. Meghan, welcome to DBL. We are so excited to talk to you about your upcoming projects. But first, let's talk baby. We've got to know the story behind this TikTok video with your adorable son, Riley. We have a clip. Take a look.
It's a trash bag.
I've been doing this for a half hour.
All right, where did the trash bag idea come from? And is this the silliest thing you've done to make Riley giggle? Or is there something else?
Absolutely. Honestly, my husband was taking out the trash and he started cackling, and we were like, we gotta film this. Somebody grab a phone, and my brother ran in and was like, but it's a trash bag. And he loved it. And it was bizarre, but anything to hear that laugh, I was like, I will do this all day.
It should be my phone
Remember
ring.
this for birthdays and holiday times, because you'll buy them a $3,000 baby entertainment
it's a
center.
garbage bag.
And they want to play with the bag in the box.
You're
so just
right.
remember.
Well, Meghan, I'm a radio girl, so I love seeing artists like yourself really following your evolution. And we know that your albums were always about self-love and embracing who you are.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do.
How has becoming a wife and mother changed your relationship with yourself?
Oh man, especially becoming a mom and being pregnant and having a C-section, and like learning what your body is capable of and how it can transform and literally give life. It was beautiful, hard, emotionally challenging, trying to love yourself all over again with a brand new body. It's made me so strong. I know that I can get through anything now, because I'm like, oh, we had a C-section, like we could do anything.
Warrior.
Exactly.
Warrior.
It's been amazing.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about your shows, because you're dipping your hands in the culinary world by hosting Top Chef Family Style.
I was like, this better be the best cookie of all times, and it was. It was so good.
So when it comes to cooking, are you the chef in your marriage?
No, my husband cooks everything. He is just like my everything, and he's so good at cooking my food. And I'm just like, I'm not good at it. And that's what's fun about me hosting this show, is because I'm the viewer at home learning. I'm asking all the questions. I'm like, how did you make this, to like a 9-year-old kid? And they're prodigies. They're so good. It's so beautiful.
Meghan, you were also the judge on Clash of the Cover Bands. Jimmy Fallon is the EP. Tell us, what is it like to work with Jimmy, and does he pull his typical antics on the show?
I love Jimmy Fallon so much. Every time I'm with him, he makes sure to say hi to all my family members. He's just like one of the kindest people in this industry. So anything he asked me to do, I will do it. And I was honored to be a part of this show. I got to judge with Esther Dean, Adam Lambert, and Twitch is our host. And we highlight on all these amazing cover bands that give their whole lives to this. And our winner of the entire show gets to win some cash and also gets to perform on The Tonight Show with Fallon. So I can't wait for that moment.
All right, if you could be in a cover band, what would it be, Meghan? Who would be who would you want to be?
I would want to be Backstreet Boys. What? I want to be a part of Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys is good. I love it. All right, Top Chef Family Style is streaming on Peacock, and Clash of the Cover Bands airs October 13th on E! This girl is busy. Thank you so much for joining DBL, Meghan. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
largest airline is still trying to repair the damage after an operational meltdown over the weekend. Thousands of passengers were stranded after Southwest canceled 2,400 flights. Some social media users claim in posts shared and liked tens of thousands of times that the cancellations were caused by employees protesting against a COVID-19 vaccine mandate issued just a few days earlier. It was then echoed by some big names, including Donald Trump Jr. and comedian Chad Prather. So let's verify. Were Southwest Airlines delays caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate? Our sources are Southwest Airlines, the FAA, the Southwest Airlines Pilots Association, and industry analyst Brett Snyder. Last week, Southwest announced its employees need to get their COVID-19 vaccine by December 8th, citing President Biden's federal mandate. Then, on Friday, the pilots union filed a motion in federal court to stop the mandate. And a few hours later, the mass cancellations began, which prompted social media users to connect the dots. However, both Southwest and the pilots union say there was no vaccine protest. The airline claims bad weather and air traffic control delays were the root of the problem, although the FAA pushed back and said the massive delays weren't its fault. So what really happened? The pilots union says it came down to bad planning and not a worker protest. Both pilots and flight attendant unions have complained for months that crews are stretched thin because there isn't enough staff. The head of the pilots union outright said, quote, "I can say with certainty that there are no work slowdowns or sickouts either related to the recent mandatory vaccine mandate or otherwise," unquote. And industry analyst Brett Snyder at crankyconcierge.com, who is helping stranded clients, found the meltdown coincided with what was supposed to be Southwest's biggest day of flying since the pandemic began.
Everything I've seen suggests that there's no nefarious plot by labor to disrupt operations or anything like that. Or the simplest explanation is that they messed up. Something went very wrong. It broke. And then now they're trying to put it back together again.
So there's no evidence that Southwest Airlines delays were caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate. In fact, other airlines like Spirit Airlines saw similar meltdowns when they tried to ramp up operations and experienced similar delays. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Don't miss a day of DBL. I am here to receive that gift. Bold debates. Come on now. Enough.
Get real. It blows my mind.
Hot celebs.
Happy 5th anniversary.
Love a suit, by the way.
Thank you.
Seriously, Al, give her a break. That just sounded weird, actually.
And all the laughs.
Yes, Erica feeling it.
Okay, I'm done with you. I'm done. DBL is always all new every day.
Welcome back to DBL. Are you getting ready to start holiday shopping? If so, you're going to want to check out these deals that Steph showed me. Not Jeff, me.
I'm the new host.
No, you're not. Earlier from our friends at Morning Save. Take a look. What do you have for us today, Stephanie?
Hey, Tori, I've got some wonderful products and even better deals, and I can't wait to share them with you. So first up, we've got the Vimy Tempo VT3 Plus smartwatch. Okay. It's an all-in-one smartwatch and fitness tracker. It's water resistant and it lasts up to 7 days with one charge. So normally this is as much as $100, Tori.
Right.
But we've got it for only $39, saving our viewers up to 61%. Now, Tori, let's be honest, we could all use a massage, right? Well, we've got the Parsex Deep Tissue Percussion Massager.
Whoa.
So you'll get one massage gun with all of these 6 different attachment heads like this. It's super compact, travel friendly. So normally this is as much as $149,
they're
Tori.
pricey.
But we've got it for only $39, which means you can get an at-home massage and save up to 74%. Next item, we've got Makeover Essentials on the go travel set. This little petite kit includes 10 eyeshadows, 5 lipstick shades, 1 blush, 1 liner, 1 mascara, 1 bronzer, 2 applicators, a mirror, and essential brushes, 8 of these. So normally it was $96 and now it's as much as $12. What? Saving up to 88%. Okay, and last we've got Olivia Rose satin sleep set with 2-pack of towel turbans. So you'll get a matching satin eye mask, I love those so much, satin pillowcase with 2 towel turbans. So normally all of this is as much as $80. We've got it right now for only $25, Tori, saving up to 69%.
So all these products, guys, I would take in a heartbeat. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone, which I'm sure you're on right now. Thank you so much, Steph. You know who taught me about satin pillows? It's helpful for your hair and the skin.
The audience didn't see who you pointed at.
I pointed to Erica. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, girl.
Erica taught me.
You need that silk satin pillow. You can't be sleeping on cotton. I know. You know what that does to your hair?
I didn't know.
Or your skin.
That's right. You gonna be doing it now?
I think there needs to be a magic aspect in the deal blast.
That's what you were taking from that? Okay,
Yeah.
great. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time.
The deals are magic.
Cold season is here, and many people online are searching for ways to relieve some of their symptoms. So we asked Verify viewers and people on our team to text us their home remedies. And y'all, we got some wild ones.
My Jamaican grandmother insists rubbing down with Jamaican white rum and then wrapping up to sweat out the cold.
My cold remedy is I slice up some red onion, put the slices in the bottom of my socks, and then sleep with my socks on all night.
Most of the home remedies that you told us about had one thing in common. Their goal is to make you sweat out the cold. So let's verify. Can you actually cure a cold by sweating it out? We went to these sources for an answer. Sweat is mostly made up of water, with trace amounts of electrolytes and vitamins.
And that sweat is not the virus. It's just literally your hydration.
When a person is fighting off a virus like the common cold, their body temperature may increase slightly, causing them to sweat. When that sweat evaporates, it causes a cooling sensation. But Dr. Galiatzatos warns too much sweating can cause dehydration, which could make it harder for you to get better.
For my patients to say, look, you gotta stay hydrated, take it all in any way you can. Your grandmom's chicken broth to my mom is happy to bring you some chamomile tea.
He says home remedies like putting onions in your socks and rubbing yourself down with Jamaican rum might alleviate some cold symptoms, but they won't cure your cold. So we can verify, no, you cannot cure a cold by sweating it out. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Here's what we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Katie Couric admits to altering an interview with Ruth Bader Ginsburg to protect her. Does this destroy Katie's credibility? Joe Rogan calls out CNN's Dr. Sanjay Gupta for not fact-checking medical claims. Should Gupta face consequences? William Shatner touches the edge of space, but Prince William has had enough. Why he's calling for an end to the billionaire space race. And Jennifer Lawrence portrayed her in her biopic. Joy Mangano is here. What was it like having a star-studded cast tell her story?
It really was surreal. It was surreal.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. The rock eyebrow. Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, October 14th. I'm Sam here with Erica, Jeff, and Tori. We got to get right to it because let me tell you, there are some new details from Katie Couric's upcoming memoir that are raising questions about her journalistic integrity. So in 2016, Katie sat down with late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and asked her how she felt about NFL players taking a knee during the national anthem protest. Here's the portion of RBG's response that was published at the time.
What do I think? I think it's really dumb of them. Would I arrest them for doing it? No. I think it's dumb and disrespectful. I would have the same answer if you asked me about flag burning.
But now it turns out that Katie said she left out some quotes, like RBG saying that those who kneel are showing, quote, contempt for a government that had made it possible for their parents and grandparents to live a decent life. Katie said she did it to protect RBG, but some are saying this proves that journalists have an agenda. Okay, Tori, I know how much you love RBG.
Yeah.
You met her. What did you think of her comments? And then Katie Couric editing those comments.
First of all, I just have to say a blanket statement. I don't get what Katie Couric's doing, because now I think everything she's done is edited or curated. Like, what about Matt Lauer? I straight up begs the question, have you edited what's happened with Matt Lauer? Secondly, with RBG, if you do know her, she's not a strong First Amendment person as the justice system. And she actually doesn't really believe in flag burning, which is protected by Texas v. Johnson. So she's not the most progressive with First Amendment. I don't agree with her. I think she's wrong, but she publicly apologized after to Colin Kaepernick, saying, I didn't know your intention. I shouldn't have spoken out
Back in 2016.
Back in 2016. So not only did she apologize, I also don't have to be in love with everything Ruth Bader Ginsburg says. Do I like her values? Yes. Do I disagree with her? Wholeheartedly on this. Wholeheartedly.
I think this is a really great example, especially using this context of the kneeling, because in 2016, there are people who are in this room right now, there are people who are watching right now who felt very differently about the kneeling in 2016 than they do now. And I think that we have to talk about evolution of thought. You know, sometimes when we are just not privy to things and we're closed-minded and we don't want to learn, then that stunts us from growing. But ultimately, if you are a productive person, you're a person who has flexibility of thought and can grow to understand. So the idea that she would come back in 2016 and say, I did not understand what was at the root of this movement is very important, and it's a lesson that a lot of us can take away from that.
Yeah, and that she did it so openly, because that's not easy to say on yourself.
So let's put RBG aside. What do you think of Katie Couric and her journalistic integrity?
I was practicing journalistic integrity in my head while you said that. I'm not even kidding. I go, why would she compromise her journalistic integrity? I was saying that in my head, I swear. So why would she, right? Why would she do that? Why would she out herself just to sell this book? I got to agree with Tori here. Why?
Wow, you're agreeing with Tori.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, and I don't know why. And just to echo what Erica said, to hold somebody accountable what they said 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago and not be able to change that thought and hold them to that and say that they're a bad person, we need to get away from that. And that's where we're at in society. So I really agree with what you said.
I really take issue with Katie Couric here. And it's hard for me to even say that because I am a big fan of hers. But now I'm starting to reevaluate because I think it's really, like, we here are allowed to have opinions because we are an opinion-based show. But when I look to certain journalists, I really don't want to see a bias. Even if I'm a Democrat or a Republican, I want them to go in there and uncover the truth. I don't care if it's Bill Clinton or Donald Trump. Tell me the truth about this individual so I can decide as a constituent whether or not I want to support them. So for her to edit based on her own biases, makes me rethink her and her journalistic integrity.
Well, and then openly admit it too. It's like you think you're not going to get kind of like some clap back on that?
See, this reads to me like almost like a deathbed confession when you have a memoir like this. You know, I'm going to leave this all on the table. But I do want to address this, Sam, because I think what you said is very important in this climate when everything is automatically, if you don't like it, then it's fake news. Because ultimately, because editorial, as we do, I always say, and I don't want to speak for everybody on the panel, but I always say, I'm a former radio girl. I did not go to school to become a journalist, but because we're on television talking about trending and breaking news, people automatically will slap that title of journalist. I get benefits that journalists do not get. Like I can do things that journalists do not get to do. So when we start to conflate those two things, there's a difference between a hard news journalist and someone who is doing editorial news.
You gotta remember
and
that.
if we don't have that discussion, and if we don't make those things clear, then everybody who gets in front of a camera is allowed to be called a journalist. And yes, we do start to get what can we believe, what can't we believe. And that is a very important line that needs to be defined, especially in this moment.
Well said, Erica. Okay, so mega podcast star Joe Rogan has repeatedly raised doubts and criticized the COVID vaccines and has also spoken about taking unproven treatments when he got COVID. Well, in his latest podcast, he sat down with CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Rogan confronted him about the network's coverage of him taking the anti-parasite drug, ivermectin, saying he was taking a quote-unquote livestock drug. Take a look.
Why would they lie and say that's horse dewormer? I can afford people medicine. This is ridiculous. It's just a lie.
I don't think anyone is.
But don't you think that a lie like that is dangerous on a news network when you know that they know they're lying?
Can I just come back to the one I want to talk about? Two things on the ledger.
You have, before we get to that, does it bother you that the news network you work for out and out lied, just outright lied about me taking horse dewormer?
They shouldn't have said that.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
At another point in the interview, Sanjay tried to convince Rogan to get vaccinated. Check out what happened.
I think you should get vaccinated and then get sick.
What?
This is why. Because then you got the vaccine protects you from a bad infection, and then you get COVID, so then you get the robust immunity that's imparted from having the actual disease itself.
So for you, Joe Rogan,
yes,
I would say you've had it.
Yes.
So now get one shot of the vaccine.
No.
Why not?
Because I have better immunity than I would if I was vaccinated.
Okay, so Jeff, listen, I know that you love Joe Rogan. I actually love listening to his podcast too. Do you think that he's doing a disservice to his listeners knowing that he also had like really expensive treatments that I know that my brother-in-law wasn't able to get, like the antibodies and what are they called?
The monoclonal, the Regeneron, all of that.
Right, yeah. So I respect Joe Rogan because he could have anybody on his podcast and he listens to them and hears them out. I don't like the fact that now, because I think it's because Trump came out and said he took that along with the cocktail of other things, that people are against this medicine. If it worked for Joe Rogan, right, and if he's saying I didn't get vaccinated, by the way, I have to preface, I'm vaccinated. I have discernment in what I listen to, saying I don't have to agree with everything Joe Rogan says. I have to put that out there first. But if it worked for him, why aren't we looking into that as opposed to looking at this other pill that Dr. Coley was talking about yesterday?
Merck created it.
Right.
Yep.
So this new pill is the magic drug. Yay, Merck. But if this works, why aren't we looking into it?
We should, and they did in Egypt. So they did a study on ivermectin in Egypt, a large study to see if it did work. And they actually ended up pulling the study because they found that the data did not support what a lot of people believed it to be. Now, maybe it was the monoclonal that worked for him, or maybe he had mild symptoms. Like, you know, we don't know.
But it's been issued over 1 billion times to people. We have this advertisement now that it's horse dewormer, and it's not true. Talk about integrity as a journalist. That's not political. That's not integrity.
Yeah,
They're
CNN
lying. They shouldn't put that out there. If it does work, why aren't we talking about it? Because Trump endorsed it? That's what I think it is.
I just think it's strange to me that we have vaccines and people, your body, your choice, people. But we have a vaccine, and we know that it is effective. Even if there are breakthrough cases, we aren't seeing the death rate. And ultimately, what we're really talking about is that people are dying right now as we speak from COVID, and people are willing to do everything and throw the whole kitchen sink at their bodies, but they're not willing to take the vaccine. And I think that's where we are right now. Like, if you're going to throw something at your body, I don't know. I probably would want to go with something that we feel like this is what's working for people who have had breakthrough cases or not getting COVID. But I don't know anything.
Just trust the data, trust the science, right? The data's out there. Maybe they will look at ivermectin and the Egyptian study will get bigger. But right now, there is not enough data to suggest that alone ivermectin can help with COVID. The Merck drug does have that data. Trust the science.
But this, I know we're out of time, but it is. Why aren't we looking into it? If Joe Rogan took it along with other things, right, why aren't we saying that instead of saying it's horse dewormer because Trump endorsed it?
Because
that's what I'm saying.
Right. I think you don't want regular people to suddenly get ivermectin, which is anti-parasitic.
Put that message out there. Say, don't take this by yourself.
Doctor.
It's other things as well.
Yes. Go at the end of the day, go to your doctor. Don't listen to me. Listen to your doctor.
Listen to me.
Never. Why not? Coming out, he always has discernment. That's important.
I was proud of you. That's good.
But Jonah Hill is shutting down fan comments, even the good ones. The one topic he says is off limits, and Prince William is calling for an end to the space race. Why he's firing back after William Shatner's flight.
Closed captioning provided by
Hello. We have something to talk about coming up. We are talking. Continue.
Or do you want to go back to the ivermectin thing?
No, I like this. Or whatever you want to do.
Oh, you like the Prince thing? I'm not really strong in that.
Okay, let's go back to the ivermectin. Let's go back.
I was just making.
I
said it was hypocritical a little bit. Well, maybe we will go here.
Go to it.
He was
Prince
bashing like billionaires.
Prince William.
He's a prince. Isn't it kind of like a little hypocritical?
And I said no because
it's coming up.
Right.
Okay, go back.
We'll go back.
I'm not even gonna take that stance when we're talking about it anyways.
I think there's two words that sound really scary, but you should know. Cause and correlation is what data does, and we don't know. Although it might have helped Joe Rogan, and we could open that study, that ivermectin alone cured him because he was taking so many other things. You don't have cause and correlation for that particular drug to say that did it.
But I think in Israel they do.
And there are other studies.
People are applauding Israel for their handling of COVID, and they're taking ivermectin.
And more doctors in Israel are prescribing ivermectin in the human form.
So don't say that it's not prescribed anywhere, or we don't have enough data.
In FDA, the data has said we don't feel comfortable enough. But I agree with you, it's not, globally it's not. But in America, right now, the FDA has said.
And Joe Rogan said on his podcast, you could look this up if you don't, but I heard this. He said the inventor of that ivermectin, because it's like a 40-year-old drug, got a Nobel Prize.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great drug. It's an anti-parasitic, but in a different way.
So how much of this people not wanting to take it? Again, my wife had COVID. We didn't even think about it. We're not taking it. I'm not taking that stance. But if Trump had not endorsed it and said he took it, how much more likely do you think that it would be a thing?
I think it's hard because a lot of people see it as a dewormer, which it is. It's an anti-parasitic drug, but in specific cases you can use it.
It's not the same drug.
But the FDA feels the data isn't there, and I do trust the FDA, whether or not that's not something you agree with.
It's antiviral in higher doses. Dang, that was in my ear.
He's the worst.
Welcome back to DBL. We're getting our first look at William Shatner floating weightless in space. Blue Origin posted this video showing Shatner peering out the window, looking back down on Earth for the first time in his life. You can even hear him say, "Oh, wow." Here's what he said about the experience once he got back.
You're looking down on the Earth, look up in space, but you're also looking up into the future and looking down into the past. What we're looking down upon is Mother Earth, and it needs protecting.
Now, some people, including Prince William, say that space exploration should take a back seat to efforts to protect Mother Earth. Here's what he said in a recent BBC interview.
The idea that space race is on at the moment, we've seen everyone trying to get space tourism going. It's the idea that we need some of the world's greatest brains and minds fixed on trying to repair this planet, not trying to find the next place to go and live.
Wow. What do you guys think about that?
First of all, I think it's a little weird that he's a prince and he's saying that and kind of bashing billionaires.
Oh,
Do you
that's
not see
interesting.
That? You don't see that? Erica's got a different take. I'm going to say, why, if these billionaires want to do what they want to do with their money, why is anyone bashing them? Why is everyone looking at me?
No, she looks like she wants to.
All the eyeballs up here are like.
Well,
you're speaking and we're looking at you. That's
but no,
the
it's not
exchange.
looking at me. It's like.
No, I'm not.
I got a lot of that going on.
Tori's chomping at the bits. Tori was like this.
Okay, you talk. You talk.
Here's how I feel. Okay.
Okay.
I apologize if I look goofy. I strongly believe in space exploration. And if you are a Trekkie, you get it that it's not for colonialization of other planets. It's an involvement of our species to explore. It's what we do best, to seek new life and new civilization. That's in Star Trek. However, I also believe we should be fixing this Earth. But I don't think those two have to be one or the other. I think Jeff Bezos, who I think should pay his people more, treat his employees better, and pay taxes. I know that's a different story. More taxes, okay? I think he is giving $10 billion now to global climate change, but perhaps that was with some pressure. I want to do both. I don't think it has to be one or the other.
So you can't go on a boat anymore because they're spending their money frivolously? Dang.
No, but for a lot of people say $1 gazillion to go up for 3 minutes and float in space. Why are we not fixing?
Why are you on a 100-foot yacht floating around for no reason drinking champagne?
But why not invest if you're going to do new ideas? Invest in green fuel, in all this new environment. Do it on planet
Erica,
Earth,
how do you
not
feel?
up there.
This is just very strange to me. The whole thing is very strange. I don't know if watching William Shatner, who I have respect for that man, but it's like watching him in space for 3 minutes say, "Oh wow," like I guess I just don't get. I don't get it. I don't get how that's helping that actors and billionaires are going up in space. How is that a part of the helping? It's just weird. It's like, you know, you're like 7 and you're like this far away from being able to ride the roller coaster, and then everybody who's taller can ride the roller coaster. These are just rich people riding the roller coaster until the rest of us get to real people height and money.
But I think that's how it starts. I think it starts with the uber rich until it trickles down.
I agree with you, Tori.
I really
so
do.
we eventually can ride the roller coaster?
Yeah,
and how does that help?
Because eventually it'll lead to longer space exploration until we visit Mars.
So we all get to float.
Not those who want to can actually go into this as an
industry. And then once we float, what are we doing up there?
We're meeting new and exploring new spaces. That's important in our lives.
We can't see that in the countless movies on space exploration?
No.
Just
coming up on DBL. She is the brains behind the infamous Miracle Mop. Joy Mangano is here. What was it like being played by Jennifer Lawrence in her biopic?
Claims Biden's new driving tax is expected to cost you about 8 cents a mile. Get ready to pay an extra $1,200 a year. A post on Facebook reads, better contact your reps. If you drive 26,000 miles times 8 cents per mile, that's $2,080. Now get mad. Rick and BE asked the Verify team, is this accurate? Our source for this is the Infrastructure and Jobs Investment Act, which is part of the president's Build Back Better agenda. The legislation includes around $550 billion in new federal investment in America's roads and bridges, water infrastructure, resilience, internet, and more. In it is a national motor vehicle per mile user fee pilot for drivers who participate in a pilot program aimed at studying whether a per mile user fee would help improve roads. The goal here is to see if such a fee would help restore and maintain long-term solvency of the Highway Trust Fund and improve the surface transportation system. If the legislation passes, the participants in the study would record the miles they drive and pay fees based on those miles. Enrollment would be voluntary, and the participants would be reimbursed for out-of-pocket expenses. So we can verify the legislation does not include a new driving tax, as these social media posts claim.
Ever wonder who would play you in a film about your life? Heidi Klum right here, right? Well, our next guest had the legendary Jennifer, why are you laughing? Had the legendary Jennifer Lawrence play her earlier. We sat down with the brain behind the miracle mop and the huggable hanger, Joy Mangano. That's today's DBL Spotlight.
I have real ambitions and real ideas.
We're making an invention, and it's very serious.
Please welcome Joy Mangano.
Yes.
Hello there.
Hello there. Now, we wanted to ask, you were portrayed by Jennifer Lawrence in the award-winning film based on your life, Joy. The movie is all about chasing your dreams and making them a reality despite all sorts of setbacks. So could you share with our audience and us, what's the single best piece of advice you've learned along the way, Joy?
I guess at the top of the list is just keep going, and you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, figuring out how to get through everything. Because if you stop, so many people say, oh, I had a great idea and I started this, but then I stopped. If you stop, you have 100% chance of getting nowhere. Mm-hmm. And so, I guess I've always been kind of unrelenting and trying to figure out a different way to get there.
Just keep swimming. I love that. Also, was it cool having Jennifer Lawrence play you in a movie? Was that like the coolest thing?
No, it wasn't, Tori. She hated every second of it.
Come on.
It really was surreal. She's so bright, so talented, and really probably one of the funniest people I've ever met. But then, on top of that, Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, David O. Russell, Diane Ladd, it was just amazing. And it was something that I am so proud with them, because I think that movie Joy inspired so many people.
Yes, indeed.
And really, that's a good thing.
I think people know you best from the creation of the Miracle Mop. How did this idea come to fruition? Like, what were some of the ideas behind that?
I look at the world through product, right? Even when I was young, I was blowing up my parents' toaster to make it into something else, or, building a 7-story treehouse. I look at somebody struggling or what the challenge is in life, and I look at product to solve that. So whoever thought a simple twist would change a category?
Now, you've done a lot of pitching in your life, obviously a lot of successful pitching, and I'm sure a lot of our audience that has an idea, has an invention, really kind of wants to know what a pitch is and what it looks like and what it sounds like. So can you give us the elevator pitch for your show?
Oh, absolutely. That's easy. It's the first live shoppable competition show. The mission, there is a mission behind this show that, the last year and a half, everybody has been through an incredible time in history, but also small businesses and entrepreneurs. They represent over 90% of the firms in this country, and I think they're the engine to America. Every Thursday for entrepreneurs, and we got thousands of applications to pitch their products live, and you'll hear their backstories, and the viewer becomes the consumer, becomes the buyer, and the entrepreneur that sells the most product gets to turn around and face the panel of retail titans, and they're going to give that winning entrepreneur a purchase order, a 6-figure purchase order to put their products in nationwide. That's going to happen live every single week. It's not like you're following somebody through a season. Every single week, new products, new entrepreneurs, new winners, new life-changing deals. Does it get better than that?
Wow.
I'm watching. I'm here for it because it's almost like it's an auction and that then turns into like a Shark Tank that you actually see happen right in front of you.
All right, America's Big Deal premieres today, October 14th on USA Network. And to shop live during the show, you can use Shoppable TV and NBC Universal Checkout. Thank you so much, Joy, just for keep on swimming. Thanks again. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Joy.
Aw, thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The nation's largest airline is still trying to repair the damage after an operational meltdown over the weekend. Thousands of passengers were stranded after Southwest canceled 2,400 flights. Some social media users claim in posts shared and liked tens of thousands of times that the cancellations were caused by employees protesting against a COVID-19 vaccine mandate issued just a few days earlier. It was then echoed by some big names, including Donald Trump Jr. and comedian Chad Prather. So let's verify. Were Southwest Airlines delays caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate? Our sources are Southwest Airlines, the FAA, the Southwest Airlines Pilots Association, and industry analyst Brett Snyder. Last week, Southwest announced its employees need to get their COVID-19 vaccine by December 8th, citing President Biden's federal mandate. Then, on Friday, the pilots union filed a motion in federal court to stop the mandate. And a few hours later, the mass cancellations began, which prompted social media users to connect the dots. However, both Southwest and the pilots union say there was no vaccine protest. The airline claims bad weather and air traffic control delays were the root of the problem, although the FAA pushed back and said the massive delays weren't its fault. So, what really happened? The pilots union says it came down to bad planning and not a worker protest. Both pilots and flight attendant unions have complained for months that crews are stretched thin because there isn't enough staff. The head of the pilots union outright said, quote, "I can say with certainty that there are no work slowdowns or sickouts either related to the recent mandatory vaccine mandate or otherwise," unquote. And industry analyst Brett Snyder at crankyconcierge.com, who is helping stranded clients, found the meltdown coincided with what was supposed to be Southwest's biggest day of flying since the pandemic began.
Everything I've seen suggests that there's no nefarious plot by labor to disrupt operations or anything like that. Or the simplest explanation is that they messed up. Something went very wrong. It broke. And then now they're trying to put it back together again.
So there's no evidence that Southwest Airlines delays were caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate. In fact, other airlines like Spirit Airlines saw similar meltdowns when they tried to ramp up operations and experienced similar delays. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Don't miss a day of DBL. I am here to receive that gift. Bold debates. Come on now. Enough.
Get real.
I don't
blows my mind.
Hot celebs.
Happy 5th anniversary.
Love a suit, by the way.
Thank you.
Seriously, Al, give her a break. That just sounded weird, actually.
And all the laughs. Yes, Erica feeling it. Okay, I'm done with it. I'm done. DBL is always all new every day. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. But if you're sticking around, here is what's coming up. Daniel Craig admits he went to gay bars to meet women. Was this a smart idea, or was he invading the space? And fashion expert Lawrence Zarian tells us the pieces everyone needs in their closet. Don't go away.
Season is here, and many people online are searching for ways to relieve some of their symptoms. So we asked Verify viewers and people on our team to text us their home remedies. And y'all, we got some wild ones.
My Jamaican grandmother insists rubbing down with Jamaican white rum and then wrapping up to sweat out the cold.
My cold remedy is I slice up some red onion, put the slices in the bottom of my socks, and then sleep with my socks on all night.
Most of the home remedies that you told us about had one thing in common. Their goal is to make you sweat out the cold. So let's verify. Can you actually cure a cold by sweating it out? We went to these sources for an answer. Sweat is mostly made up of water, with trace amounts of electrolytes and vitamins.
And that sweat is not the virus. It's just literally your hydration.
When a person is fighting off a virus like the common cold, their body temperature may increase slightly, causing them to sweat. When that sweat evaporates, it causes a cooling sensation. But Dr. Galiatzatos warns too much sweating can cause dehydration, which could make it harder for you to get better.
For my patients to say, look, you got to stay hydrated, take it all in any way you can. Your grandmom's chicken broth to my mom is happy to bring you some chamomile tea.
He says home remedies like putting onions in your socks and rubbing yourself down with Jamaican rum might alleviate some cold symptoms, but they won't cure your cold. So we can verify, no, you cannot cure a cold by sweating it out. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Erica, Jeff, and Tori. Let's get started. So a couple of Hollywood actors are speaking out about their body image. First, Jonah Hill. His weight has fluctuated over the years, and he has been open about his body insecurities in the past. He recently posted a message to his fans on Instagram saying, quote, "I kindly ask that you not comment on my body, good or bad. I want to politely let you know that it's not helpful and doesn't feel good." And Kumail Nanjiani has also admitted he's uncomfortable with talking about his body, which gained a lot of attention after he posted these photos on social media back in 2019. He told GQ he got ripped to be believable as a Marvel action hero, but said he also developed body dysmorphia, where he would only focus on his flaws. So, Jeff, we always talk on the show about women speaking out about body positivity and how it's affected them. We rarely get to hear from men. What did you think about this?
It's a thing. You know, a lot of people don't. I focus on my body too. I don't look like Kumail. He looks fantastic.
You don't.
I don't even know if I could say that.
You don't look like. Sorry, continue.
Wow.
I got a crack for you, but I'm not allowed to make those cracks.
He's right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you said that to her?
Yeah.
You
See?
sometimes do.
Off camera. Often. It happens often. But it's weird. Just this male-female thing, and males, you don't think about this, that they don't focus on their body. I totally do. What I see in the mirror, I go up and down, I fluctuate, and when I let myself go, for me, I'm speaking about myself, I don't feel as good, right? And I have to do what I do, get back in the gym, start listening to positivity, and as I do that, I feel better about myself, but not to the point where I have body dysmorphia.
How do you feel? Sorry that I keep asking you questions. I want to learn because I tend to only think about women and body issues, and I need to be better about that. How do you feel when people comment on your body, period? Is that off limits?
No, not at all. Like, I'd rather someone be like, dude, my friends, they tell me, like, your back fat's getting a little out of control. I'm like, it is. And, I see a picture and I'm like, I got to get back in the gym. You know what I mean? Because I let it go.
That motivates you.
I take constructive criticism, even if they make fun of my back fat. But I look at it like, hey, you're just being blunt with me. I'm not an offensive type of person, even though we live in this very offensive society.
I see Kumail and Jonah as slightly different because Kumail, although I appreciate him talking about the body dysmorphia thing, that's a very common thing when your body changes faster than your mind has.
Did you go through that with your?
I definitely did. I never, like when I would compete in fitness competitions, I never had body issues before, but when I started,
there's Erica.
And there's me naked. After I would focus only on what wasn't, quote, right, which was ridiculous. With Jonah, I think in my opinion, the reason why it's different is because he's not doing this for a role necessarily. He's not doing it and advertising it.
Right.
And I think when you're doing it for a role, while it's still a complicated issue, he was also on all of these men's fitness magazines and stuff like that. So for Jonah to be like, this isn't what my message really is, like, why don't you just leave me alone? It says a lot. We shouldn't just be able to comment on people's bodies.
It's really emboldening. I just wanted to give a quick story. Jonah Hill was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he was thin, doesn't matter, but he came out, and Jimmy Kimmel goes, "You smell amazing." He goes, "I didn't expect someone like you to smell good." And everyone laughed, and Jonah Hill was like, "That really hurt my feelings, what you just said, and I'm trying to not be offended. What do you mean that a guy like me wouldn't smell good?" And the audience thought he was playing around, like Seth Rogen and whatever. But I think he was genuinely like, yo, how emboldened do you have to be on a late night talk show to just say to someone who might have been heavy in the past, that's how fattest we are, to be like, didn't think you would smell good. And the audience laughs. So that's just how easy the language comes to people, and I'm glad a male like him is speaking out about it. I really am.
Good conversation. All right, so Daniel Craig says he likes going to gay bars. Speaking on a podcast, the 007 actor admitted he used to get into fights at, quote, hetero bars during his single years, so he started going to gay bars in order to avoid all that aggressive masculinity. Listen.
It would just be a good place to go. Everybody was chilled. You didn't really have to sort of state your sexuality.
Right.
It was okay, and it was a very safe place to be. And I could meet girls there because there were a lot of girls who were there for exactly the same reason I was there.
You're shaking your head.
Well, no, we had an interesting conversation about this earlier. So I take this very bluntly. I totally got what he was saying. I just get to A to B. But Erica's take on this really made me rethink it.
Me too.
So maybe
because I thought it was great that 007 masculinity was saying this, and then Erica said this is more nuanced. So I loved your take.
I want to hear it.
Well, when you say like the 007 masculinity or aggressive masculinity, it kind of speaks to me as if you're a gay male, you can't have masculinity or aggressive masculinity. Like, and then also the idea, and I was just talking about an example when I was in Chicago, and I went to this like very old school, like established gay bar, and I was there with a few friends, and this guy who was probably like in his late 50s, early 60s, and he came up to us and he's like, "Why are you here?" And it wasn't that, and I understand like there are places that are very much welcoming to everyone, but we were 3 young girls in there, you know, it was all about us, and he was basically saying this is our safe space. And I really took that to heart because I know where my safe spaces are, and I don't want someone to encroach on that, but more importantly, make it about them. So with it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, that idea of aggressive masculinity or the question of masculinity, because you can be LGBTQIA and you know, that doesn't take that away from you.
Right. And I was saying it in society of, 007, a masculine thing. And I even said that trope as I was on the air. And I had to stop and say, wait, masculine doesn't always have to be this. Like, I was playing into it even as I was having this discussion. 007 is manly. That's not true.
Is that a trope though? Is that?
I think it's outdated and it's not 100% correct.
This is where I'm
it's not
learning.
offensive.
This is where I'm learning
too, because
when I think of like a bar or like what 007's talking about, I think of the guy who just watched the fight at Buffalo Wild Wings. He watched UFC. So I get what he's saying. But then when I hear Erica talk, I'm like, I got a lot to learn. Maybe,
me too, because
y'all never seen a fight at a gay bar. I mean, come on.
No, I would not associate a fist fight at a gay bar. I wouldn't.
I used to.
Y'all haven't been to enough gay bars.
No,
I'm just saying. Don't
hold up, because that's not true. I used to live above a gay bar for 10 years in West Hollywood, and every night I would go down there. I would just get like a bite to eat. This was a long time ago, but that became like my home, and I never witnessed fights, aggression. I never had to fear like being hit on. So I think there is a degree where this is true, but I like your nuanced explanation because it makes us unpack it a little bit more.
Totally.
I've been to Tom Tom a bunch, no fights.
Tom Tom's not a gay bar.
It's in West Hollywood.
Yeah, it's not a gay bar.
Doesn't mean it's a gay bar.
No.
Coming up on DBL.
Still no fights.
Friend of the show, Lawrence Zarian, is here live, you guys. You do not want to miss his tips to help spruce up your closet for fall. There he is. Hey!
Closed captioning provided by
So we're about to talk to Lawrence Zarian. If you guys don't know him, he's a really good stylist on a lot of talk shows, and he's really good for women to look sexy, but at a certain age where he feels appropriate. He was just listening, I don't know if you guys know, to our conversation about gay bars and Daniel Craig, and really reacted to it. You could see him live. So what we're going to do when we go to him, as Megan's showing you right now to talk to Sam, but he knows like he has specific what we just talked about, and we love, at least I do, when a guest wants to get involved in what we've already had, because it really makes, I don't know, it just opens up to another point of view that I didn't know about. And I know Lawrence will have a lot to say, so I look forward to that.
I didn't know Tom Tom wasn't a gay bar. Did
No.
you think it was?
No. Tom Tom is just a bar in West Hollywood. If you didn't know, West Hollywood's a very gay-friendly area, very, very strong. But some bars are just bars.
Listen,
They're not
when I drive by there, everyone's having a blast. Nobody's fighting. I don't see any
I never
fights.
witnessed a fight when I lived right above a gay bar in West Hollywood.
Jure, what do you want to say?
What?
About this?
Oh, well, since I'm
Dre's
here,
openly gay, just so you know.
Very openly gay. Hey, if you haven't known, Hamburger Mary's is a sports bar though, so there is that masculinity sense, all that stuff. Like, bro, look at these muscles.
Yes.
You know, the masculinity is there. But this happens all the time. Like, as a former drag queen, the straight boys would come in all the time, just right behind the bachelorette parties. But like Erica said, 2010, when I couldn't be like legally married and across the country, I didn't want all you girls up in there, no, because I'm showing off for the boys, you know? But now, I'm gonna make my checks off of you, so come on in, baby. That's fine. But it depends on who you ask.
Would you
for
equate
sure.
gay bars with fighting, or would you equate maybe a Buffalo Wild Wings? I'm just using that
Bro,
with fighting.
I would equate a gay bar with fighting. Like, have you not
Really?
been- Yeah, Hamburger Mary's Sports Bar, once
So
again.
am I antiquated? Am I thinking that more fights happen at non-gay bars?
Oh, I think it just depends where you're at.
I don't know if we can generalize.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
In West Hollywood,
But I would...
Welcome back to DBL. He's the man who celebs turn to when it comes to fashion, and today he's telling us how to dress for fall. Welcome to the show, our friend, we miss you, lifestyle expert and designer Lawrence Zarian. Yes!
Hi guys, and I'm telling you this right now, Uncle Bert, LZ is coming home. The next time I'm on this show, I'm sitting at that desk with you guys.
Yes, you are.
We can't
Okay,
wait.
so LZ, I'm going to call you LZ too. I know that's your and Bert's like language between the two, but you are a friend of the show. So tell us this, because I know that you were listening to our previous segment, right, about James Bond going to gay bars to avoid fighting. What is your stance on that?
Freedom when you go to a gay bar, because there's such a celebration of just being who you are. And the bottom line is, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, no matter what you are, the feelings and the emotions are yours, and it doesn't matter what your label is. If a fight's gonna happen, a fight's gonna happen. But there is a celebration because you're at this place, you're at a bar, at a restaurant, at a club, where it's okay just to be you. And more so than ever, I go to places where they can just feel free and feel comfortable to be themselves. And the next time Daniel Craig goes to a gay bar, could someone please tell me? Because I'd like to go too.
Oh, he's like, I'm there. Right, exactly. I'll join you, Lauren. Okay, so let's get to fashion, because you know fashion more than anyone. How do we get our closet ready for fall? Because it just started to get cold here in Denver.
Okay, first of all, for the last 2 years, the choices we make with our wardrobes have changed. So everybody doesn't know what to do. So I say right now, carve out some time, a day or a weekend or whatever you have, and empty your closet. Take everything out of your wardrobe and start from scratch. That's number one. Number two, go through everything. Go through everything, and if it's torn, if it's ripped, if it has stains, if it stinks, either cut it up into little dust cloths or get rid of it. Once you've done all of that, then start putting everything into specific piles or categories. So you have choices. You can put them together by season. You can put things together by color. Or what I like to do is put all my jeans together, put all my dress shirts together, put all my suits together, because then you know where your real estate is. And then here's the most important thing. If it's things in your wardrobe, ladies, that you're not wearing, you've worn to death, what if you create a girls' night out? So take all these pieces that you don't wear anymore, put them to the side, all your same thing, and then create the ultimate fashion show at your home. You have your stuff, the girlfriends bring all their stuff, and then together you do the perfect clothing swap. What you think you've worn to death, a girlfriend might think, oh my gosh, I can't wait to style that. Then you start doing a fashion show with each other, wearing each other's clothes, and A, bring lots of wine, B, have some fun, crank the music, and instead of throwing things away and filling up the landfills, what used to be you might think is outdated in your wardrobe, a girlfriend might look at and think, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get my style on in that. It's fun, you're saving money, and it's the perfect girls' night out.
I love that, but you make sure you get that right group of girlfriends, because that could go from swap to swipe real quick, Lawrence, and we all know it. We all know it. So what are the items that everyone needs to have in their closet right now?
That is so funny. I love that more than anything in the world. That is the best. And also, let me just say one more thing real quickly. Ladies tend to buy things for their wardrobe as incentive to lose weight. Like if you're a size 10, they buy a size 8 or 6 to make them feel like they need to lose weight. Get rid of all that stuff, because every time you have that stuff in your wardrobe, you're telling yourself what you are not. And that personally is destroying your spirit and your ego. Only have pieces in your wardrobe that make you feel beautiful. And when it comes to must-haves, for women, always a 2-piece black suit, always, no matter what season. A dark rinse pair of jeans that fit. The dark rinse, you can dress up, you can dress down. A white t-shirt, always key. A crisp white dress shirt, always important. And for women, always that little black dress. Those are some wardrobe essentials that every woman needs, and a classic black and nude pair of pumps.
Ooh. Just write that down, everybody. All right, Lawrence, it's getting cold out. I'm a shivering. What about cardigans? Talk to me. Your clothing line has some amazing options, but what is your absolute favorite if you had to name any?
Okay, let me just tell you this. It is an anniversary. This is the 1-year anniversary of the official launch of my CAXLZ Connected Apparel collection. Thank you. And everybody goes nuts. And the number one piece that every woman loved is called the Bianca cardigan.
Bianca.
And just so you know, I named every piece of my collection after women that are strong and powerful that have influenced my life. So the Bianca cardigan I designed in black. But then to elevate it to the next level, as you saw, I designed it in leopard print and snakeskin. Leopard print and snakeskin are classic styles and pieces that you'll always add to elevate your wardrobe. Each cardigan is only $45. It's machine washable, and the best part, ladies, it has pockets.
Yes.
You're welcome.
LZ, we love you. You always make sense out of fashion. In fact, I feel energized to go clean out my closet. So DBL Nation, now that you've seen the classics to elevate your wardrobe, head over to connectedapparel.com, and don't forget, for your daily style updates, follow Lawrence Arian on Instagram. You'll be happy you did. Trust us. Thank you. We hope to see you soon, Lawrence.
I love you guys. I'll see you very,
LZ.
very soon.
Bye. We'll be right back.
The tweet claims Biden's new driving tax is expected to cost you about 8 cents a mile. Get ready to pay an extra $1,200 a year. A post on Facebook reads, better contact your reps. If you drive 26,000 miles times 8 cents per mile, that's $2,080. Now get mad. Rick and BE asked the Verify team, is this accurate? Our source for this is the Infrastructure and Jobs Investment Act, which is part of the president's Build Back Better agenda. The legislation includes around $550 billion in new federal investment in America's roads and bridges, water infrastructure, resilience, internet, and more. In it is a national motor vehicle per mile user fee pilot for drivers who participate in a pilot program aimed at studying whether a per mile user fee would help improve roads. The goal here is to see if such a fee would help restore and maintain long-term solvency of the Highway Trust Fund and improve the surface transportation system. If the legislation passes, the participants in the study would record the miles they drive and pay fees based on those miles. Enrollment would be voluntary, and the participants would be reimbursed for out-of-pocket expenses. So we can verify the legislation does not include a new driving tax, as these social media posts claim.
Welcome back. Are you getting ready to start holiday shopping? If so, you're going to want to check out these deals that Steph showed Tori earlier from our friends at Morning Save.
What do you have for us today, Stephanie?
Hey, Tori, I've got some wonderful products and even better deals, and I can't wait to share them with you. So first up, we've got the Vimy Tempo VT3 Plus smartwatch.
Okay.
So you'll get one watch and a charger. Now, this is an all-in-one smartwatch and fitness tracker. It's water resistant and it lasts up to 7 days with one charge. So normally this is as much as $100, Tori.
Right.
But we've got it for only $39, saving our viewers up to 61%.
I love getting a deal where the whole thing is like so good you think it's $2,000 and it was $39. Go get this, everyone.
It's so sleek.
I love that. 7 days, one charge. Very good.
Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? And I love it right now tracking my steps.
I know.
I'm trying to make sure I get 10,000 steps in a day. So an item like this would really, really help.
And good present for the holidays.
It's coming up before you know it, Tori.
Agreed.
I love it. Okay, now, Tori, let's be honest, we could all use a massage, right? Well, we've got the Parsex Deep Tissue Percussion Massager.
Whoa.
So you'll get one massage gun with all of these 6 different attachment heads like this. So it'll increase your blood flow, break up scar tissue, enhance your range of motion, and, of course, relieve your muscle tension. It's super compact, travel friendly, and quieter than most comparable products on the market. So normally this is as much as $149,
they're
Tori.
pricey.
But we've got it for only $39, which means you can get an at-home massage and save up to 74%.
Guys, relax with this, knowing you also saved. That's a phenomenal product at a phenomenal price.
Now, this next item is going to make you feel like you're on the go and you're a makeup artist. Fabulous. We've got Makeover Essentials on the go travel set. This little petite kit includes 10 eyeshadows, 5 lipstick shades, 1 blush, 1 liner, 1 mascara, 1 bronzer, 2 applicators, a mirror, and essential brushes, 8 of these. So normally it was $96 and now it's as much as $12. What? Saving up to 88%. That is a huge saving, Tori.
I'm totally getting get multiples of these. That's fantastic. And guys, the brushes are really soft. I tried them backstage.
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
Love
Great
this.
price.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, we've got Olivia Rose satin sleep set with 2-pack of towel turbans. So you'll get a matching satin eye mask, I love those so much, satin pillowcase with 2 towel turbans. So the eye mask, it's lightweight and breathable. The turban towels are perfect for hands, free hair drying, and the satin pillowcase will help maintain moisture in your skin and your hair. So that means goodbye wrinkles and hair frizz.
Nice.
So normally all of this is as much as $80. We've got it right now for only $25, Tori, saving up to 69%.
That is, first of all, I just love the sleep mask. I'm really big and just got into it. But the satin pillow, I learned from you and Erica, it helps with your hair, y'all, and it helps with your skin. And for that price, you're saving so much and getting so much. That's brilliant. So all these products, guys, I would take in a heartbeat. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone, which I'm sure you're on right now. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The nation's largest airline is still trying to repair the damage after an operational meltdown over the weekend. Thousands of passengers were stranded after Southwest canceled 2,400 flights. Some social media users claim in posts shared and liked tens of thousands of times that the cancellations were caused by employees protesting against a COVID-19 vaccine mandate issued just a few days earlier. It was then echoed by some big names, including Donald Trump Jr. and comedian Chad Prather. So let's verify. Were Southwest Airlines delays caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate? Our sources are Southwest Airlines, the FAA, the Southwest Airlines Pilots Association, and industry analyst Brett Snyder. Last week, Southwest announced its employees need to get their COVID-19 vaccine by December 8th, citing President Biden's federal mandate. Then, on Friday, the pilots union filed a motion in federal court to stop the mandate. And a few hours later, the mass cancellations began, which prompted social media users to connect the dots. However, both Southwest and the pilots union say there was no vaccine protest. The airline claims bad weather and air traffic control delays were the root of the problem, although the FAA pushed back and said the massive delays weren't its fault. So, what really happened? The pilots union says it came down to bad planning and not a worker protest. Both pilots and flight attendant unions have complained for months that crews are stretched thin because there isn't enough staff. The head of the pilots union outright said, quote, "I can say with certainty that there are no work slowdowns or sickouts either related to the recent mandatory vaccine mandate or otherwise," unquote. And industry analyst Brett Snyder at crankyconcierge.com, who is helping stranded clients, found the meltdown coincided with what was supposed to be Southwest's biggest day of flying since the pandemic began.
Everything I've seen suggests that there's no nefarious plot by labor to disrupt operations or anything like that. Or the simplest explanation is that they messed up. Something went very wrong. It broke. And then now they're trying to put it back together again.
So there's no evidence that Southwest Airlines delays were caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate. In fact, other airlines like Spirit Airlines saw similar meltdowns when they tried to ramp up operations and experienced similar delays. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Don't miss a day of DBL. I am here to receive that gift. Bold debates. Come on now. Enough.
Get real.
It blows my mind.
Hot celebs.
Happy 5th anniversary.
Love a suit, by the way.
Thank you.
Seriously, Al, give her a break. That just sounded weird, actually.
And all the laughs. Yes, Erica feeling it. Okay, I'm done with it. I'm done. DBL is always all new every day. Tori, comments?
I really want to give a big shout out to Lawrence Zarian. He was great. A lot of you wrote in, but Donnie wrote in, why are men always left out of these kind of topics?
Yeah, I related a lot to everything he said, like the sizes. I keep those because I'm like, I'm going to drop a couple pounds off fit in there. Still dusty in there.
Are you going to purge?
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple tips from LZ.
DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Season is here, and many people online are searching for ways to relieve some of their symptoms. So we asked Verify viewers and people on our team to text us their home remedies. And y'all, we got some wild ones.
My Jamaican grandmother insists rubbing down with Jamaican white rum and then wrapping up to sweat out the cold.
My cold remedy is I slice up some red onion, put the slices in the bottom of my socks, and then sleep with my socks on all night.
Most of the home remedies that you told us about had one thing in common. Their goal is to make you sweat out the cold. So let's verify. Can you actually cure a cold by sweating it out? We went to these sources for an answer. Sweat is mostly made up of water, with trace amounts of electrolytes and vitamins.
And that sweat is not the virus. It's just literally your hydration.
When a person is fighting off a virus like the common cold, their body temperature may increase slightly, causing them to sweat. When that sweat evaporates, it causes a cooling sensation. But Dr. Galiatzatos warns too much sweating can cause dehydration, which could make it harder for you to get better.
For my patients to say, look, you gotta stay hydrated, take it all in any way you can. Your grandmom's chicken broth to my mom's happy to bring you some chamomile tea.
He says home remedies like putting onions in your socks and rubbing yourself down with Jamaican rum might alleviate some cold symptoms, but they won't cure your cold. So we can verify, no, you cannot cure a cold by sweating it out. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Katie Couric admits to altering an interview with Ruth Bader Ginsburg to protect her. Does this destroy Katie's credibility? Joe Rogan calls out CNN's Dr. Sanjay Gupta for not fact-checking medical claims. Should Gupta face consequences? William Shatner touches the edge of space, but Prince William has had enough. Why he's calling for an end to the billionaire space race. And Jennifer Lawrence portrayed her in her biopic. Joy Mangano is here. What was it like having a star-studded cast tell her story?
It really was surreal. It was surreal.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
The rock eyebrow. Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, October 14th. I'm Sam here with Erica, Jeff, and Tori. We got to get right to it because let me tell you, there are some new details from Katie Couric's upcoming memoir that are raising questions about her journalistic integrity. So in 2016, Katie sat down with late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and asked her how she felt about NFL players taking a knee during the national anthem protest. Here's the portion of RBG's response that was published at the time.
What do I think? I think it's really dumb of them. Would I arrest them for doing it? No. I think it's dumb and disrespectful. I would have the same answer if you asked me about flag burning.
But now it turns out that Katie said she left out some quotes, like RBG saying that those who kneel are showing, quote, contempt for a government that had made it possible for their parents and grandparents to live a decent life. Katie said she did it to protect RBG, but some are saying this proves that journalists have an agenda. Okay, Tori, I know how much you love RBG.
Yeah.
You met her. What did you think of her comments? And then Katie Couric editing those comments.
First of all, I just have to say a blanket statement. I don't get what Katie Couric's doing, because now I think everything she's done is edited or curated. Like, what about Matt Lauer? I straight up begs the question, have you edited what's happened with Matt Lauer? Secondly, with RBG, if you do know her, she's not a strong First Amendment person as the justice system. And she actually doesn't really believe in flag burning, which is protected by Texas v. Johnson. So she's not the most progressive with First Amendment. I don't agree with her. I think she's wrong, but she publicly apologized after to Colin Kaepernick, saying, I didn't know your intention. I shouldn't have spoken out.
Back in 2016.
Back in 2016. So not only did she apologize, I also don't have to be in love with everything Ruth Bader Ginsburg says. Do I like her values? Yes. Do I disagree with her? Wholeheartedly on this. Wholeheartedly.
I think this is a really great example, especially using this context of the kneeling, because in 2016, there are people who are in this room right now, there are people who are watching right now who felt very differently about the kneeling in 2016 than they do now. And I think that we have to talk about evolution of thought. You know, sometimes when we are just not privy to things and we're closed-minded, we don't want to learn, then that stunts us from growing. But ultimately, if you are a productive person, you're a person who has flexibility of thought and can grow to understand. So the idea that she would come back in 2016 and say, I did not understand what was at the root of this movement is very important, and it's a lesson that a lot of us can take away from that.
Yeah, and that she did it so openly, because that's not easy to say on yourself.
So let's put RBG aside. What do you think of Katie Couric and her journalistic integrity?
I was practicing journalistic integrity in my head while you said that. I'm not even kidding. I go, why would she compromise her journalistic integrity? I was saying that in my head, I swear. So why would she, right? Why would she do that? Why would she out herself just to sell this book? I got to agree with Tori here. Why?
Wow. You're agreeing with Tori.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, and I don't know why. And just to echo what Erica said, to hold somebody accountable what they said 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago and not be able to change that thought and hold them to that and say that they're a bad person, we need to get away from that. And that's where we're at in society. So I really agree with what you said.
I really take issue with Katie Couric here. And it's hard for me to even say that because I am a big fan of hers. But now I'm starting to reevaluate because I think it's really, like, we here are allowed to have opinions because we are an opinion-based show. But when I look to certain journalists, I really don't want to see a bias. Even if I'm a Democrat or a Republican, I want them to go in there and uncover the truth. I don't care if it's Bill Clinton or Donald Trump. Tell me the truth about this individual so I can decide as a constituent whether or not I want to support them. So for her to edit based on her own biases makes me rethink her and her journalistic integrity.
Well, and then openly admit it too. It's like you think you're not going to get kind of like some clap back on that?
See, this reads to me like almost like a deathbed confession when you have a memoir like this. You know, I'm going to leave this all on the table. But I do want to address this, Sam, because I think what you said is very important in this climate when everything is automatically, if you don't like it, then it's fake news. Because ultimately, because editorial, as we do, I always say, and I don't want to speak for everybody on the panel, but I always say, I'm a former radio girl. I did not go to school to become a journalist, but because we're on television talking about trending and breaking news, people automatically will slap that title of journalist. I get benefits that journalists do not get. Like I can do things that journalists do not get to do. So when we start to conflate those two things, there's a difference between a hard news journalist and someone who is doing editorial news.
Gotta remember that.
And if we don't have that discussion, and if we don't make those things clear, then everybody who gets in front of a camera is allowed to be called a journalist. And yes, we do start to get what can we believe, what can't we believe. And that is a very important line that needs to be defined, especially in this moment.
Well said, Erica. Okay, so mega podcast star Joe Rogan has repeatedly raised doubts and criticized the COVID vaccines and has also spoken about taking unproven treatments when he got COVID. Well, in his latest podcast, he sat down with CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Rogan confronted him about the network's coverage of him taking the anti-parasite drug, ivermectin, saying he was taking a quote-unquote livestock drug. Take a look.
Why would they lie and say that's horse dewormer? I can afford people medicine. This is ridiculous. It's just a lie.
I don't think anyone is.
But don't you think that a lie like that is dangerous on a news network when you know that they know they're lying?
Can I just come back to the one I want to talk about? Two things on the ledger.
You have, before we get to that, does it bother you that the news network you work for out and out lied, just outright lied about me taking horse dewormer?
They shouldn't have said that.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
At another point in the interview, Sanjay tried to convince Rogan to get vaccinated. Check out what happened.
I think you should get vaccinated and then get sick.
What?
This is why. Because then you got the vaccine protects you from a bad infection, and then you get COVID, so then you get the robust immunity that's imparted from having the actual disease itself.
So for you, Joe Rogan,
yes,
I would say you've had it.
Yes.
So now get one shot of the vaccine.
No.
Why not?
Because I have better immunity than I would if I was vaccinated.
Okay, so Jeff, listen, I know that you love Joe Rogan. I actually love listening to his podcast too. Do you think that he's doing a disservice to his listeners knowing that he also had like really expensive treatments that I know that my brother-in-law wasn't able to get, like the antibodies and what are they called?
The monoclonal, the Regeneron, all of that.
Right, yeah. So I respect Joe Rogan because he could have anybody on his podcast and he listens to them and hears them out. I don't like the fact that now, because I think it's because Trump came out and said he took that along with the cocktail of other things, that people are against this medicine. If it worked for Joe Rogan, right, and if he's saying I didn't get vaccinated, by the way, I have to preface, I'm vaccinated. I have discernment in what I listen to, saying I don't have to agree with everything Joe Rogan says. I have to put that out there first. But if it worked for him, why aren't we looking into that as opposed to looking at this other pill that Dr. Coley was talking about yesterday?
Merck created it.
Right.
Yep.
So this new pill is the magic drug. Yay, Merck. But if this works, why aren't we looking into it?
We should, and they did in Egypt. So they did a study on ivermectin in Egypt, a large study to see if it did work. And they actually ended up pulling the study because they found that the data did not support what a lot of people believed it to be. Now, maybe it was the monoclonal that worked for him,
yeah.
or maybe he had mild symptoms. Like, you know, we don't know.
But it's been issued over 1 billion times to people. We have this advertisement now that it's horse dewormer, and it's not true. Talk about integrity as a journalist. That's not political. That's not integrity.
Yeah,
They're
CNN
lying.
They
shouldn't put that out there. If it does work, why aren't we talking about it? Because Trump endorsed it? That's what I think it is.
I just think it's strange to me that we have vaccines and people, your body, your choice, people. But we have a vaccine and we know that it is effective. Even if there are breakthrough cases, we aren't seeing the death rate. And ultimately, what we're really talking about is that people are dying right now as we speak from COVID, and people are willing to do everything and throw the whole kitchen sink at their bodies, but they're not willing to take the vaccine. And I think that's where we are right now. Like, if you're going to throw something at your body, I don't know. I probably would want to go with something that we feel like this is what's working for people who have had breakthrough cases or not getting COVID. But I don't know anything.
Just trust the data, trust the science, right? The data's out there. Maybe they will look at ivermectin and the Egyptian study will get bigger. But right now, there is not enough data to suggest that alone ivermectin can help with COVID. The Merck drug does have that data. Trust the science.
But this, I know we're out of time, but it is. Why aren't we looking into it? If Joe Rogan took it along with other things, why aren't we saying that instead of saying it's horse dewormer because Trump endorsed it?
Because
that's what I'm saying.
Right. I think you don't want regular people to suddenly get ivermectin, which is anti-parasitic.
Put that message out there. Say, don't take this by yourself.
Doctor.
It's other things as well.
Yes. Go at the end of the day, go to your doctor. Don't listen to me. Listen to your doctor.
Listen to me.
Never. Why not? Coming out, he always has discernment. That's important.
I was proud of you, but that's good.
But Jonah Hill is shutting down fan comments, even the good ones. The one topic he says is off limits, and Prince William is calling for an end to the space race. Why he's firing back after William Shatner's flight.
Closed captioning provided by
Hello. We have something to talk about coming up. We are talking. Continue.
Or do you want to go back to the ivermectin thing?
No, I like this. Or whatever you want to do.
Oh, you like the Prince thing? I'm not really strong in that.
Okay, let's go back to the ivermectin. Let's go back.
I was just making.
And
I said it was hypocritical a little bit. Well, maybe we won't go here.
Go to it.
He was bashing like billionaires.
Prince William.
He's a prince. Isn't it kind of like a little hypocritical?
And I said no because
it's coming up.
Right.
Okay, go back.
Okay, we'll go back.
I'm not even gonna take that stance when we're talking about it anyways.
I think there's two words that sound really scary, but you should know cause and correlation is what data does. And we don't know, although it might have helped Joe Rogan, and we could open that study, that ivermectin alone cured him because he was taking so many other things. You don't have cause and correlation for that particular drug to say that did it.
But I think in Israel they do.
And there are other studies.
People are applauding Israel for their handling of COVID, and they're taking ivermectin.
And more doctors in Israel are prescribing ivermectin in the human form.
So don't say that it's not prescribed anywhere, or we don't have enough data.
In FDA, the data has said we don't feel comfortable enough. But I agree with you, it's not, globally it's not. But in America, right now, the FDA has said.
And Joe Rogan said on his podcast, you could look this up if you don't, but I heard this. He said the inventor of that ivermectin, because it's like a 40-year-old drug, got a Nobel Prize.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great drug. It's an anti-parasitic, but in a different way.
So how much of this people not wanting to take it? Again, my wife had COVID. We didn't even think about it. We're not taking it. I'm not taking that stance. But if Trump had not endorsed it and said he took it, how much more likely do you think that it would be a thing?
I think it's hard because a lot of people see it as a dewormer, which it is. It's an anti-parasitic drug, but in specific cases you can use it.
It's not the same drug.
But the FDA feels the data isn't there, and I do trust the FDA, whether or not that's not something you agree with.
It's antiviral in higher doses. Dang, that was in my ear.
He's the worst.
Miss a day of DBL. Bold debates.
Enough.
Get real.
Hot celebs.
Happy 5th anniversary.
That just sounded weird, actually.
And all the laughs. Okay, I'm done with this. DBL is always all new every day. Welcome back to DBL. We're getting our first look at William Shatner floating weightless in space. Blue Origin posted this video showing Shatner peering out the window, looking back down on Earth for the first time in his life. You can even hear him say, "Oh, wow." Here's what he said about the experience once he got back.
You're looking down on the Earth, look up in space, but you're also looking up into the future and looking down into the past. What we're looking down upon is Mother Earth, and it needs protecting.
Now, some people, including Prince William, say that space exploration should take a back seat to efforts to protect Mother Earth. Here's what he said in a recent BBC interview.
The idea that this space race is on at the moment, we've seen everyone trying to get space tourism going. It's the idea that we need some of the world's greatest brains and minds fixed on trying to repair this planet, not trying to find the next place to go and live.
Wow. What do you guys think about that?
First of all, I think it's a little weird that he's a prince and he's saying that and kind of bashing billionaires.
Oh,
Do you
that's
not see
interesting.
That? You don't see that? Erica's got a different take. I'm going to say, why, if these billionaires want to do what they want to do with their money, why is anyone bashing them? Why is everyone looking at me?
No, she looks like she wants to.
All the eyeballs up here are like.
Well, you're speaking and we're looking at you. That's
but no,
the
it's not
exchange.
looking at me. It's like.
No, we're not.
I got a lot of that going on.
Tori's chomping at the bits. Tori was like this.
Okay, you talk. You talk.
Here's how I feel. Okay,
Okay.
I apologize if I look goofy. I strongly believe in space exploration. And if you are a Trekkie, you get it that it's not for colonialization of other planets. It's an involvement of our species to explore. It's what we do best, to seek new life and new civilization. That's in Star Trek. However, I also believe we should be fixing this Earth. But I don't think those two have to be one or the other. I think Jeff Bezos, who I think should pay his people more, treat his employees better, and pay taxes. I know that's a different story. More taxes, okay? I think he is giving $10 billion now to global climate change, but perhaps that was with some pressure. I want to do both. I don't think it has to be one or the other.
So you can't go on a boat anymore because they're spending their money frivolously? Dang.
No, but for a lot of people say $1 gazillion to go up for 3 minutes and float in space. Why are we not fixing?
Why are you on a 100-foot yacht floating around for no reason drinking
But
champagne?
why not invest if you're going to do new ideas? Invest in green fuel, in all this new environment. Do it on planet
Erica,
Earth,
how do you
not
feel?
up there.
This is just very strange to me. The whole thing is very strange. I don't know if watching William Shatner, who I have respect for that man, but it's like watching him in space for 3 minutes say, "Oh wow," like I guess I just don't get. I don't get it. I don't get how that's helping that actors and billionaires are going up in space. How is that a part of the helping? It's just weird. It's like, you know, you're like 7 and you're like this far away from being able to ride the roller coaster, and then everybody who's taller can ride the roller coaster. These are just rich people riding the roller coaster until the rest of us get to real people height and money.
But I think that's how it starts. I think it starts with the uber rich until it trickles down.
I agree with you, Tori.
I really
so
do.
we eventually can ride the roller coaster?
Yeah,
and how does that help?
Because eventually it'll lead to longer space exploration until we visit Mars.
So we all get to float.
Not those who want to can actually go into this as an
And then once
industry.
we float, what are we doing up there?
We're meeting new and exploring new spaces. That's important in our life.
We can't see that in the countless movies on space exploration?
No.
Just
coming up on DBL. She is the brains behind the infamous Miracle Mop. Joy Mangano is here. What was it like being played by Jennifer Lawrence in her biopic?
Claims Biden's new driving tax is expected to cost you about 8 cents a mile. Get ready to pay an extra $1,200 a year. A post on Facebook reads, better contact your reps. If you drive 26,000 miles times 8 cents per mile, that's $2,080. Now get mad. Rick and BE asked the Verify team, is this accurate? Our source for this is the Infrastructure and Jobs Investment Act, which is part of the president's Build Back Better agenda. The legislation includes around $550 billion in new federal investment in America's roads and bridges, water infrastructure, resilience, internet, and more. In it is a national motor vehicle per mile user fee pilot for drivers who participate in a pilot program aimed at studying whether a per mile user fee would help improve roads. The goal here is to see if such a fee would help restore and maintain long-term solvency of the Highway Trust Fund and improve the surface transportation system. If the legislation passes, the participants in the study would record the miles they drive and pay fees based on those miles. Enrollment would be voluntary, and the participants would be reimbursed for out-of-pocket expenses. So we can verify the legislation does not include a new driving tax, as these social media posts claim.
wonder who would play you in a film about your life? Heidi Klum right here, right? Well, our next guest had the legendary Jennifer, why are you laughing? Had the legendary Jennifer Lawrence play her earlier. We sat down with the brain behind the miracle mop and the huggable hanger, Joy Mangano. That's today's DBL Spotlight.
I have real ambitions and real ideas.
We're making an invention, and it's very serious.
Please welcome Joy Mangano.
Yes.
Hello there.
Hello there. Now, we wanted to ask, you were portrayed by Jennifer Lawrence in the award-winning film based on your life, Joy. The movie is all about chasing your dreams and making them a reality despite all sorts of setbacks. So could you share with our audience and us, what's the single best piece of advice you've learned along the way, Joy?
I guess at the top of the list is just keep going, and you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, figuring out how to get through everything. Because if you stop, so many people say, oh, I had a great idea and I started this, but then I stopped. If you stop, you have 100% chance of getting nowhere. And so, I guess I've always been kind of unrelenting and trying to figure out a different way to get there.
Just keep swimming. I love that. Also, was it cool having Jennifer Lawrence play you in a movie? Was that like the coolest thing?
No, it wasn't, Tori. She hated every second of it.
Come on.
It really was surreal. She's so bright, so talented, and really probably one of the funniest people I've ever met. But then, on top of that, Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, David O. Russell, Diane Ladd, it was just amazing. And it was something that I am so proud with them, because I think that movie Joy inspired so many people.
Yes, indeed.
And really, that's a good thing.
I think people know you best from the creation of the Miracle Mop. How did this idea come to fruition? Like, what were some of the ideas behind that?
I look at the world through product, right? Even when I was young, I was blowing up my parents' toaster to make it into something else, or, building a 7-story tree house. I look at somebody struggling or what the challenge is in life, and I look at product to solve that. So whoever thought a simple twist would change a category?
Now, you've done a lot of pitching in your life, obviously a lot of successful pitching. And I'm sure a lot of our audience that has an idea, has an invention, really kind of wants to know what a pitch is and what it looks like and what it sounds like. So can you give us the elevator pitch for your show?
Oh, absolutely. That's easy. It's the first live shoppable competition show. The mission, there is a mission behind this show that, the last year and a half, everybody has been through an incredible time in history, but also small businesses and entrepreneurs. They represent over 90% of the firms in this country, and I think they're the engine to America. Every Thursday for entrepreneurs, and we got thousands of applications to pitch their products live, and you'll hear their backstories, and the viewer becomes the consumer, becomes the buyer, and the entrepreneur that sells the most product gets to turn around and face the panel of retail titans, and they're going to give that winning entrepreneur a purchase order, a 6-figure purchase order to put their products in nationwide. That's going to happen live every single week. It's not like you're following somebody through a season. Every single week, new products, new entrepreneurs, new winners, new life-changing deals. Does it get better than that?
Wow. I'm watching. I'm here for it because it's almost like it's an auction that then turns into like a Shark Tank that you actually see happen right in front of you.
All right, America's Big Deal premieres today, October 14th on USA Network. And to shop live during the show, you can use Shoppable TV and NBC Universal Checkout. Thank you so much, Joy, just for keep on swimming. Thanks again. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Joy.
Aw, thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The nation's largest airline is still trying to repair the damage after an operational meltdown over the weekend. Thousands of passengers were stranded after Southwest canceled 2,400 flights. Some social media users claim in posts shared and liked tens of thousands of times that the cancellations were caused by employees protesting against a COVID-19 vaccine mandate issued just a few days earlier. It was then echoed by some big names, including Donald Trump Jr. and comedian Chad Prather. So let's verify. Were Southwest Airlines delays caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate? Our sources are Southwest Airlines the FAA, the Southwest Airlines Pilots Association, and industry analyst Brett Snyder. Last week, Southwest announced its employees need to get their COVID-19 vaccine by December 8th, citing President Biden's federal mandate. Then, on Friday, the pilots union filed a motion in federal court to stop the mandate. And a few hours later, the mass cancellations began, which prompted social media users to connect the dots. However, both Southwest and the pilots union say there was no vaccine protest. The airline claims bad weather and air traffic control delays were the root of the problem, although the FAA pushed back and said the massive delays weren't its fault. So, what really happened? The pilots union says it came down to bad planning and not a worker protest. Both pilots and flight attendant unions have complained for months that crews are stretched thin because there isn't enough staff. The head of the pilots union outright said, quote, "I can say with certainty that there are no work slowdowns or sickouts either related to the recent mandatory vaccine mandate or otherwise," unquote. And industry analyst Brett Snyder at crankyconcierge.com, who is helping stranded clients, found the meltdown coincided with what was supposed to be Southwest's biggest day of flying since the pandemic began.
Everything I've seen suggests that there's no nefarious plot by labor to disrupt operations or anything like that. Or the simplest explanation is that they messed up. Something went very wrong. It broke. And then now they're trying to put it back together again.
So there's no evidence that Southwest Airlines delays were caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate. In fact, other airlines like Spirit Airlines saw similar meltdowns when they tried to ramp up operations and experienced similar delays. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Don't miss a day of DBL. I am here to receive that gift. Bold debates. Come on now. Enough.
Get real.
It blows my mind.
Hot celebs.
Happy 5th anniversary.
Love a suit, by the way.
Thank you.
Seriously, Al, give her a break. That just sounded weird, actually.
And all the laughs. That's Erica feeling it. Okay, I'm done with it. I'm done. DBL is always all new every day. If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. But if you're sticking around, here is what's coming up. Daniel Craig admits he went to gay bars to meet women. Was this a smart idea, or was he invading the space? And fashion expert Lawrence Zarian tells us the pieces everyone needs in their closet. Don't go away.
Season is here, and many people online are searching for ways to relieve some of their symptoms. So we asked Verify viewers and people on our team to text us their home remedies. And y'all, we got some wild ones.
My Jamaican grandmother insists rubbing down with Jamaican white rum and then wrapping up to sweat out the cold.
My cold remedy is I slice up some red onion, put the slices in the bottom of my socks, and then sleep with my socks on all night.
Most of the home remedies that you told us about had one thing in common. Their goal is to make you sweat out the cold. So let's verify. Can you actually cure a cold by sweating it out? We went to these sources for an answer. Sweat is mostly made up of water, with trace amounts of electrolytes and vitamins.
And that sweat is not the virus. It's just literally your hydration.
When a person is fighting off a virus like the common cold, their body temperature may increase slightly, causing them to sweat. When that sweat evaporates, it causes a cooling sensation. But Dr. Galiatzatos warns too much sweating can cause dehydration, which could make it harder for you to get better.
For my patients to say, look, you got to stay hydrated, take it all in any way you can. Your grandmom's chicken broth to my mom is happy to bring you some chamomile tea.
He says home remedies like putting onions in your socks and rubbing yourself down with Jamaican rum might alleviate some cold symptoms, but they won't cure your cold. So we can verify, no, you cannot cure a cold by sweating it out. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
No.
Y'all, just
It's
stop.
finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Erica, Jeff, and Tori. Let's get started. So a couple of Hollywood actors are speaking out about their body image. First, Jonah Hill. His weight has fluctuated over the years, and he has been open about his body insecurities in the past. He recently posted a message to his fans on Instagram saying, quote, "I kindly ask that you not comment on my body, good or bad. I want to politely let you know that it's not helpful and doesn't feel good." And Kumail Nanjiani has also admitted he's uncomfortable with talking about his body, which gained a lot of attention after he posted these photos on social media back in 2019. He told GQ he got ripped to be believable as a Marvel action hero, but said he also developed body dysmorphia, where he would only focus on his flaws. So, Jeff, we always talk on the show about women speaking out about body positivity and how it's affected them. We rarely get to hear from men. What did you think about this?
It's a thing. You know, a lot of people don't. I focus on my body too. I don't look like Kumail. He looks fantastic.
You don't.
I don't even know if I could say that.
You don't look like. Sorry, continue.
Wow.
I got a crack for you, but I'm not allowed to make those cracks.
He's right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you said that to her?
Yeah.
You
See?
sometimes do.
Off camera. Often. It happens often. But yeah, no, it's weird. Just this male-female thing, and males, you know, you don't think about this, that they don't focus on their body. I totally do. What I see in the mirror, I go up and down, I fluctuate, and when I let myself go, for me, I'm speaking about myself, I don't feel as good, right? And I have to do what I do, get back in the gym, start listening to positivity, and as I do that, I feel better about myself, but not to the point where I have body dysmorphia.
How do you feel? Sorry that I keep asking you questions. I want to learn. I want to learn because I tend to only think about women and body issues, and I need to be better about that. How do you feel when people comment on your body, period? Is that off limits?
No, not at all. Like, I'd rather someone be like, dude, you know, my friends, they tell me, like, your back fat's getting a little out of control. You know, I'm like, it is. And, you know, I see a picture and I'm like, I got to get back in the gym. You know what I mean? Because I let it go.
That motivates you.
I take constructive criticism, even if they make fun of my back fat. But I look at it like, hey, you're just being blunt with me. I'm not an offensive type of person, even though we live in this very offensive society.
I see Kumail and Jonah as slightly different because Kumail, although I appreciate him talking about the body dysmorphia thing, that's a very common thing when your body changes faster than your mind has.
Did you go through that with your?
I definitely did. I never, like when I would compete in fitness competitions, I never had body issues before, but when I started,
there's Erica.
And there's me naked. You know, after I would focus only on what wasn't, quote, right, which was ridiculous. With Jonah, I think in my opinion, the reason why it's different is because he's not doing this for a role necessarily. He's not doing it and advertising it.
Right.
And I think when you're doing it for a role, while it's still a complicated issue, he was also on all of these men's fitness magazines and stuff like that. So for Jonah to be like, this isn't what my message really is, like, why don't you just leave me alone? It says a lot. You know, we shouldn't just be able to comment on people's bodies.
It's really emboldening. I just wanted to give a quick story. Jonah Hill was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he was thin, doesn't matter, but he came out, and Jimmy Kimmel goes, "You smell amazing." He goes, "I didn't expect someone like you to smell good." And everyone laughed, and Jonah Hill was like, "That really hurt my feelings, what you just said, and I'm trying to not be offended. What do you mean that a guy like me wouldn't smell good?" And the audience thought he was playing around, like Seth Rogen and whatever. But I think he was genuinely like, yo, how emboldened do you have to be on a late night talk show to just say to someone who might have been heavy in the past, that's how fattest we are, to be like, didn't think you would smell good. And the audience laughs. So that's just how easy the language comes to people, and I'm glad a male like him is speaking out about it. I really am.
Good conversation. All right, so Daniel Craig says he likes going to gay bars. Speaking on a podcast, the 007 actor admitted he used to get into fights at, quote, hetero bars during his single years, so he started going to gay bars in order to avoid all that aggressive masculinity. Listen.
It would just be a good place to go. Everybody was chilled. You didn't really have to sort of state your sexuality.
Right.
It was okay, and it was a very safe place to be. And I could meet girls there because there were a lot of girls who were there for exactly the same reason I was there.
You're shaking your head.
Well, no, we had an interesting conversation about this earlier. So I take this very bluntly. I totally got what he was saying. I just get to A to B. But Erica's take on this really made me rethink it.
Me too.
So maybe
Because I thought it was
take.
great that 007 masculinity was saying this, and then Erica said this is more nuanced. So I love your take.
I want to hear it.
Well, when you say like the 007 masculinity or aggressive masculinity, it kind of speaks to me as if you're a gay male, you can't have masculinity or aggressive masculinity. Like, and then also the idea, and I was just talking about an example when I was in Chicago, and I went to this like very old school, like established gay bar, and I was there with a few friends, and this guy who was probably like in his late 50s, early 60s, and he came up to us and he's like, "Why are you here?" And it wasn't that, and I understand like there are places that are very much welcoming to everyone, but we were 3 young girls in there, you know, it was all about us, and he was basically saying this is our safe space. And I really took that to heart because I know where my safe spaces are, and I don't want someone to encroach on that, but more importantly, make it about them. So with it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, that idea of aggressive masculinity or the question of masculinity, because you can be LGBTQIA and you know, that doesn't take that away from you.
Right. And I was saying it in society of, 007, a masculine thing. And I even said that trope as I was on the air. And I had to stop and say, wait, masculine doesn't always have to be this. Like, I was playing into it even as I was having this discussion. 007 is manly. That's not true.
Is that a trope though? Is that?
I think it's outdated and it's not 100% correct.
This is where
it's
I'm
not
learning.
offensive.
This is where I'm learning
too,
because when I think of like a bar or like what 007's talking about, I think of the guy who just watched a fight at Buffalo Wild Wings. He watched UFC. So I get what he's saying. But then when I hear Erica talk, I'm like, I got a lot to learn. Maybe,
me too, because
y'all have never seen a fight at a gay bar. I mean, come on.
No, I would not associate a fist fight at a gay bar. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I used to.
Y'all haven't been to enough gay bars.
No,
I'm just saying. Don't
hold up, because that's not true. I used to live above a gay bar for 10 years in West Hollywood, and every night I would go down there. I would just get like a bite to eat. This was a long time ago, but that became like my home, and I never witnessed fights, aggression. I never had to fear like being hit on. So I think there is a degree where this is true, but I like your nuanced explanation because it makes us unpack it a little bit more.
Totally.
I've been to Tom Tom a bunch, no fights.
Tom Tom's not a gay bar.
It's in West Hollywood.
Yeah, it's not a gay bar.
Doesn't mean it's a gay bar.
No.
Coming up on DBL.
Still no fights.
Friend of the show, Lawrence Zarian, is here live, you guys. You do not want to miss his tips to help spruce up your closet for fall. There he is. Hey!
Closed captioning provided by...
So we're about to talk to Lawrence Zarian. If you guys don't know him, he's a really good stylist on a lot of talk shows, and he's really good for women to look sexy, but at a certain age where he feels appropriate. He was just listening, I don't know if you guys know, to our conversation about gay bars and Daniel Craig, and really reacted to it. You could see him live. So what we're gonna do when we go to him, as Megan's showing you right now to talk to Sam, but he knows like he has specific what we just talked about, and we love, at least I do, when a guest wants to get involved in what we've already had, because it really makes, I don't know, it just opens up to another point of view that I didn't know about. And I know Lawrence will have a lot to say, so I look forward to that.
I didn't know Tom Tom wasn't a gay bar. Did
No.
you think it was?
No. Tom Tom is just a bar in West Hollywood. If you didn't know, West Hollywood's a very gay-friendly area, very, very strong. But some bars are just bars.
Listen,
They're not
when I drive by there, everyone's having a blast. Nobody's fighting. I don't see any
I never
fights.
witnessed a fight when I lived right above a gay bar in West Hollywood.
Jure, what do you want to say?
What?
About this?
Oh, well, since I'm
Dre's
here,
openly gay, just so you know.
very openly gay. Hey, if you haven't known, Hamburger Mary's is a sports bar though, so there is that masculinity sense, all that stuff. Like, bro, look at these muscles. You know, this masculinity is there. But this happens all the time. Like, as a former drag queen, the straight boys would come in all the time, just right behind the bachelorette parties. But like Erica said, 2010, when I couldn't be like legally married and across the country, I didn't want all you girls up in there, no, because I'm showing off for the boys, you know? But now, I'm gonna make my checks off of you, so come on in, baby, that's fine. But it depends on who you ask.
Would you
for
equate
sure.
gay bars with fighting, or would you equate maybe a Buffalo Wild Wings, I'm just using that loosely,
Bro,
with fighting?
I would equate a gay bar with fighting. Like, have you not
Really?
been? Yeah, Hamburger Mary's Sports Bar, once
So
again.
am I antiquated? Am I thinking that more fights happen at non-gay bars?
Oh, I think it just depends on where you're at.
I don't know if you can generalize.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
In West Hollywood.
But I would...
Welcome back to DBL. He's the man who celebs turn to when it comes to fashion, and today he's telling us how to dress for fall. Welcome to the show, our friend. We miss you, lifestyle expert and designer Lawrence Zarian. Yes.
Hi guys, and I'm telling you this right now, Uncle Bert, LZ is coming home. The next time I'm on this show, I'm sitting at that desk with you guys.
Yes, you are.
We can't
Okay,
wait.
so LZ, I'm going to call you LZ too. I know that's your and Bert's like language between the two, but you are a friend of the show. So tell us this, because I know that you were listening to our previous segment, right, about James Bond going to gay bars to avoid fighting. What is your stance on that?
Freedom when you go to a gay bar, because there's such a celebration of just being who you are. And the bottom line is, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, no matter what you are, the feelings and the emotions are yours, and it doesn't matter what your label is. If a fight's gonna happen, a fight's gonna happen. But there is a celebration because you're at this place, you're at a bar, at a restaurant, at a club, where it's okay just to be you. And more so than ever, I look to places where they can just feel free and feel comfortable to be themselves. And the next time Daniel Craig goes to a gay bar, could someone please tell me? Because I'd like to go too.
Oh my God, I'm there. Right, exactly. I'll join you, Lauren. Okay, so let's get to fashion, because you know fashion more than anyone. How do we get our closet ready for fall? Because it just started to get cold here in Denver.
Okay, first of all, for the last 2 years, the choices we make with our wardrobes have changed. So everybody doesn't know what to do. So I say right now, carve out some time, a day or a weekend or whatever you have, and empty your closet. Take everything out of your wardrobe and start from scratch. That's number one. Number two, go through everything. Go through everything, and if it's torn, if it's ripped, if it has stains, if it stinks, either cut it up into little dust cloths or get rid of it. Once you've done all of that, then start putting everything into specific piles or categories. So you have choices. You can put them together by season. You can put things together by color. Or what I like to do is put all my jeans together, put all my dress shirts together, put all my suits together, because then you know where your real estate is. And then here's the most important thing. If it's things in your wardrobe, ladies, that you're not wearing, you've worn to death, what if you create a girls' night out? So take all these pieces that you don't wear anymore, put them to the side, all your same thing, and then create the ultimate fashion show at your home. You have your stuff, the girlfriends bring all their stuff, and then together you do the perfect clothing swap. What you think you've worn to death, a girlfriend might think, oh my gosh, I can't wait to style that. Then you start doing a fashion show with each other, wearing each other's clothes, and A, bring lots of wine, B, have some fun, crank the music, and instead of throwing things away and filling up the landfills, what used to be you might think is outdated in your wardrobe, a girlfriend might look at and think, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get my style on in that. It's fun, you're saving money, and it's the perfect girls' night out.
I love that, but you make sure you get that right group of girlfriends, because that could go from swap to swipe real quick, Lawrence, and we all know it. We all know it. So what are the items that everyone needs to have in their closet right now?
That is so funny. I love that more than anything in the world. That is the best. And also, let me just say one more thing real quickly. Ladies tend to buy things for their wardrobe as incentive to lose weight. Like if you're a size 10, they buy a size 8 or 6 to make them feel like they need to lose weight. Get rid of all that stuff, because every time you have that stuff in your wardrobe, you're telling yourself what you are not. And that personally is destroying your spirit and your ego. Only have pieces in your wardrobe that make you feel beautiful. And when it comes to must-haves, for women, always a 2-piece black suit, always, no matter what season. A dark rinse pair of jeans that fit. The dark rinse, you can dress up, you can dress down. A white t-shirt, always key. A crisp white dress shirt, always important. And for women, always that little black dress. Those are some wardrobe essentials that every woman needs, and a classic black and nude pair of pumps.
Ooh, just write that down, everybody. All right, Lawrence, it's getting cold out. I'm a shivering. What about cardigans? Talk to me. Your clothing line has some amazing options, but what is your absolute favorite if you had to name any?
Okay, let me just tell you this. It is an anniversary. This is the 1-year anniversary of the official launch of my CAXLZ Connected Apparel collection. Thank you. And everybody goes nuts. And the number one piece that every woman loved is called the Bianca cardigan.
Bianca.
And just so you know, I named every piece of my collection after women that are strong and powerful that have influenced my life. So the Bianca cardigan I designed in black. But then to elevate it to the next level, as you saw, I designed it in leopard print and snakeskin. Leopard print and snakeskin are classic styles and pieces that you'll always add to elevate your wardrobe. Each cardigan is only $45. It's machine washable, and the best part, ladies, it has pockets.
Yes.
You're welcome.
LZ, we love you. You always make sense out of fashion. In fact, I feel energized to go clean out my closet. So DBL Nation, now that you've seen the classics to elevate your wardrobe, head over to connectedapparel.com, and don't forget, for your daily style updates, follow Lawrence Sarian on Instagram. You'll be happy you did. Trust us. Thank you. We hope to see you soon, Lawrence.
I love you guys. I'll see you very,
LZ.
very soon.
Yeah. Bye. We'll be right back.
We all know.
Tweet claims Biden's new driving tax is expected to cost you about 8 cents a mile. Get ready to pay an extra $1,200 a year. A post on Facebook reads, better contact your reps. If you drive 26,000 miles times 8 cents per mile, that's $2,080. Now get mad. Rick and BE asked the Verify team, is this accurate? Our source for this is the Infrastructure and Jobs Investment Act, which is part of the president's Build Back Better agenda. The legislation includes around $550 billion in new federal investment in America's roads and bridges, water infrastructure, resilience, internet, and more. In it is a national motor vehicle per mile user fee pilot for drivers who participate in a pilot program aimed at studying whether a per mile user fee would help improve roads. The goal here is to see if such a fee would help restore and maintain long-term solvency of the Highway Trust Fund and improve the surface transportation system. If the legislation passes, the participants in the study would record the miles they drive and pay fees based on those miles. Enrollment would be voluntary, and the participants would be reimbursed for out-of-pocket expenses. So we can verify the legislation does not include a new driving tax, as these social media posts claim.
Welcome back. Are you getting ready to start holiday shopping? If so, you're going to want to check out these deals that Steph showed Tori earlier from our friends at Morning Save.
What do you have for us today, Stephanie?
Hey, Tori, I've got some wonderful products and even better deals, and I can't wait to share them with you. So first up, we've got the Vimy Tempo VT3 Plus smartwatch.
Okay.
So you'll get one watch and a charger. Now, this is an all-in-one smartwatch and fitness tracker. It's water resistant and it lasts up to 7 days with one charge. So normally, this is as much as $100, Tori.
Right.
But we got it for only $39, saving our viewers up to 61%.
I love getting a deal where the whole thing is like so good you think it's $2,000 and it was $39. Go get this, everyone.
It's so sleek.
I love that. 7 days, one charge. Very good.
Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? And I love it right now tracking my steps.
I know.
I'm trying to make sure I get 10,000 steps in a day. So an item like this would really, really help.
And good present for the holidays.
It's coming up before you know it, Tori.
Agreed.
I love it. Okay, now, Tori, let's be honest, we could all use a massage, right? Well, we've got the Parsex Deep Tissue Percussion Massager.
Whoa.
So you'll get one massage gun with all of these 6 different attachment heads like this. So it'll increase your blood flow, break up scar tissue, enhance your range of motion, and, of course, relieve your muscle tension. It's super compact, travel-friendly, and quieter than most comparable products on the market. So normally this is as much as $149,
they're
Tori.
pricey.
But we've got it for only $39, which means you can get an at-home massage and save up to 74%.
Guys, relax with this, knowing you also saved. That's a phenomenal product at a phenomenal price.
Now, this next item is going to make you feel like you're on the go and you're a makeup artist. Fabulous. We've got Makeover Essentials on the go travel set. This little petite kit includes 10 eyeshadows, 5 lipstick shades, 1 blush, 1 liner, 1 mascara, 1 bronzer, 2 applicators, a mirror, and essential brushes, 8 of these. So normally it was $96 and now it's as much as $12. What? Saving up to 88%. That is a huge saving, Tori.
I'm totally getting get multiples of these. That's fantastic. And guys, the brushes are really soft. I tried them backstage.
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
I love
Great
this.
price.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, we've got Olivia Rose satin sleep set with 2-pack of towel turbans. So you'll get a matching satin eye mask, I love those so much, satin pillowcase with 2 towel turbans. So the eye mask, it's lightweight and breathable. The turban towels are perfect for hands, free hair drying, and the satin pillowcase will help maintain moisture in your skin and your hair. So that means goodbye wrinkles and hair frizz.
Nice.
So normally all of this is as much as $80. We've got it right now for only $25, Tori, saving up to 69%.
That is, first of all, I just love the sleep mask. I'm really big and just got into it. But the satin pillow, I learned from you and Erica, it helps with your hair, y'all, and it helps with your skin. And for that price, you're saving so much and getting so much. That's brilliant. So all these products, guys, I would take in a heartbeat. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone, which I'm sure you're on right now. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The nation's largest airline is still trying to repair the damage after an operational meltdown over the weekend. Thousands of passengers were stranded after Southwest canceled 2,400 flights. Some social media users claim in posts shared and liked tens of thousands of times that the cancellations were caused by employees protesting against a COVID-19 vaccine mandate issued just a few days earlier. It was then echoed by some big names, including Donald Trump Jr. and comedian Chad Prather. So let's verify. Were Southwest Airlines delays caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate? Our sources are Southwest Airlines, the FAA, the Southwest Airlines Pilots Association, and industry analyst Brett Snyder. Last week, Southwest announced its employees need to get their COVID-19 vaccine by December 8th, citing President Biden's federal mandate. Then, on Friday, the pilots union filed a motion in federal court to stop the mandate. And a few hours later, the mass cancellations began, which prompted social media users to connect the dots. However, both Southwest and the pilots union say there was no vaccine protest. The airline claims bad weather and air traffic control delays were the root of the problem, although the FAA pushed back and said the massive delays weren't its fault. So, what really happened? The pilots union says it came down to bad planning and not a worker protest. Both pilots and flight attendant unions have complained for months that crews are stretched thin because there isn't enough staff. The head of the pilots union outright said, quote, "I can say with certainty that there are no work slowdowns or sickouts either related to the recent mandatory vaccine mandate or otherwise," unquote. And industry analyst Brett Snyder at crankyconcierge.com, who is helping stranded clients, found the meltdown coincided with what was supposed to be Southwest's biggest day of flying since the pandemic began.
Everything I've seen suggests that there's no nefarious plot by labor to disrupt operations or anything like that. Or the simplest explanation is that they messed up. Something went very wrong. It broke. And then now they're trying to put it back together again.
So there's no evidence that Southwest Airlines delays were caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate. In fact, other airlines like Spirit Airlines saw similar meltdowns when they tried to ramp up operations and experienced similar delays. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Don't miss a day of DBL. I am here to receive that gift. Bold debates. Come on now. Enough.
Get real.
It blows my mind.
Hot celebs.
Happy 5th anniversary.
Love a suit, by the way.
Thank you.
Seriously, Al, give her a break. That just sounded weird, actually.
And all the laughs. Yes, Erica feeling it. Okay, I'm done with it. I'm done. DBL is always all new every day.
Tori, comments?
I really want to give a big shout out to Lawrence Zarian. He was great. A lot of you wrote in, but Donnie wrote in, why are men always left out of these kind of topics?
Yeah, I related a lot to everything he said, like the sizes. I keep those because I'm like, I'm going to drop a couple pounds off fit in there. Still dusty in there.
Are you going to purge?
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple tips from LZ.
DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Season is here, and many people online are searching for ways to relieve some of their symptoms. So we asked Verify viewers and people on our team to text us their home remedies. And y'all, we got some wild ones.
My Jamaican grandmother insists rubbing down with Jamaican white rum and then wrapping up to sweat out the cold.
My cold remedy is I slice up some red onion, put the slices in the bottom of my socks, and then sleep with my socks on all night.
Most of the home remedies that you told us about had one thing in common. Their goal is to make you sweat out the cold. So let's verify. Can you actually cure a cold by sweating it out? We went to these sources for an answer. Sweat is mostly made up of water, with trace amounts of electrolytes and vitamins.
And that sweat is not the virus. It's just literally your hydration.
When a person is fighting off a virus like the common cold, their body temperature may increase slightly, causing them to sweat. When that sweat evaporates, it causes a cooling sensation. But Dr. Galiatzatos warns too much sweating can cause dehydration, which could make it harder for you to get better.
For my patients to say, look, you got to stay hydrated, take it all in any way you can. Your grandmom's chicken broth to my mom's happy to bring you some chamomile tea.
He says home remedies like putting onions in your socks and rubbing yourself down with Jamaican rum might alleviate some cold symptoms, but they won't cure your cold. So we can verify, no, you cannot cure a cold by sweating it out. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Here's what we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Katie Couric admits to altering an interview with Ruth Bader Ginsburg to protect her. Does this destroy Katie's credibility? Joe Rogan calls out CNN's Dr. Sanjay Gupta for not fact-checking medical claims. Should Gupta face consequences? William Shatner touches the edge of space, but Prince William has had enough. Why he's calling for an end to the billionaire's space race. And Jennifer Lawrence portrayed her in her biopic, Joy Mangano is Here. What was it like having a star-studded cast tell her story?
It really was surreal. It was surreal.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all just stop.
Finally here, drum roll.
The rock eyebrow. Welcome to DBL. It is Thursday, October 14th. I'm Sam here with Erica, Jeff, and Tori. We got to get right to it because let me tell you, there are some new details from Katie Couric's upcoming memoir that are raising questions about her journalistic integrity. So in 2016, Katie sat down with late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and asked her how she felt about NFL players taking a knee during the national anthem protest. Here's the portion of RBG's response that was published at the time.
What do I think? I think it's really dumb of them. Would I arrest them for doing it? No. I think it's dumb and disrespectful. I would have the same answer if you asked me about flag burning.
But now it turns out that Katie said she left out some quotes, like RBG saying that those who kneel are showing, quote, contempt for a government that had made it possible for their parents and grandparents to live a decent life. Katie said she did it to protect RBG, but some are saying this proves that journalists have an agenda. Okay, Tori, I know how much you love RBG.
Yeah.
You've met her. What did you think of her comments? And then Katie Couric editing those comments.
First of all, I just have to say a blanket statement. I don't get what Katie Couric's doing, because now I think everything she's done is edited or curated. Like, what about Matt Lauer? I straight up begs the question, have you edited what's happened with Matt Lauer? Secondly, with RBG, if you do know her, she's not a strong First Amendment person as the justice system. And she actually doesn't really believe in flag burning, which is protected by Texas v. Johnson. So she's not the most progressive with First Amendment. I don't agree with her. I think she's wrong, but she publicly apologized after to Colin Kaepernick, saying, I didn't know your intention. I shouldn't have spoken out
Back in 2016?
Back in 2016. So not only did she apologize, I also don't have to be in love with everything Ruth Bader Ginsburg says. Do I like her values? Yes. Do I disagree with her? Wholeheartedly on this. Wholeheartedly.
I think this is a really great example, especially using this context of the kneeling, because in 2016, there are people who are in this room right now, there are people who are watching right now who felt very differently about the kneeling in 2016 than they do now. And I think that we have to talk about evolution of thought. You know, sometimes when we are just not privy to things and we're closed-minded and we don't want to learn, then that stunts us from growing. But ultimately, if you are a productive person, you're a person who has flexibility of thought and can grow to understand. So the idea that she would come back in 2016 and say, I did not understand what was at the root of this movement is very important, and it's a lesson that a lot of us can take away from that.
Yeah, and that she did it so openly, because that's not easy to say on yourself.
So let's put RBG aside. What do you think of Katie Couric and her journalistic integrity?
I was practicing journalistic integrity in my head while you said that. I'm not even kidding. I go, why would she compromise her journalistic integrity? I was saying that, I swear. So why would she, right? Why would she do that? Why would she out herself just to sell this book? I got to agree with Tori here.
Wow. You're agreeing with Tori.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, and I don't know why. And just to echo what Erica said, to hold somebody accountable what they said 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago and not be able to change that thought and hold them to that and say that they're a bad person, we need to get away from that. And that's where we're at in society. So I really agree with what you said.
I really take issue with Katie Couric here. And it's hard for me to even say that because I am a big fan of hers. But now I'm starting to reevaluate because I think it's really, like, we here are allowed to have opinions because we are an opinion-based show. But when I look to certain journalists, I really don't want to see a bias. Even if I'm a Democrat or a Republican, I want them to go in there and uncover the truth. I don't care if it's Bill Clinton or Donald Trump. Tell me the truth about this individual so I can decide as a constituent whether or not I want to support them. So for her to edit based on her own biases makes me rethink her and her journalistic integrity.
And then openly admit it too. It's like you think you're not going to get kind of like some clapback on that?
See, this reads to me like almost like a deathbed confession when you have a memoir like this. You know, I'm going to leave this all on the table. But I do want to address this, Sam, because I think what you said is very important in this climate when everything is automatically, if you don't like it, then it's fake news. Because ultimately, because editorial, as we do, I always say, and I don't want to speak for everybody on the panel, but I always say, I'm a former radio girl. I did not go to school to become a journalist, but because we're on television talking about trending and breaking news, people automatically will slap that title of journalist. I get benefits that journalists do not get. Like I can do things that journalists do not get to do. So when we start to conflate those two things, there's a difference between a hard news journalist and someone who is doing editorial news.
You gotta remember
and
that.
if we don't have that discussion, and if we don't make those things clear, then everybody who gets in front of a camera is allowed to be called a journalist. And yes, we do start to get what can we believe, what can't we believe. And that is a very important line that needs to be defined, especially in this moment.
Well said, Erica. Okay, so mega podcast star Joe Rogan has repeatedly raised doubts and criticized the COVID vaccines and has also spoken about taking unproven treatments when he got COVID. Well, in his latest podcast, he sat down with CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Rogan confronted him about the network's coverage of him taking the anti-parasite drug, ivermectin, saying he was taking a quote-unquote livestock drug. Take a look.
Why would they lie and say that's horse dewormer? I can afford people medicine. This is ridiculous. It's just a lie.
I don't think anyone is
But don't you think that a lie like that is dangerous on a news network when you know that they know they're lying?
Can I just come back to the one I want to talk about? Two things on the ledger.
You have, before we get to that, does it bother you that the news network you work for out and out lied, just outright lied about me taking horse dewormer?
They shouldn't have said that.
Why did they do that?
I don't know.
At another point in the interview, Sanjay tried to convince Rogan to get vaccinated. Check out what happened.
I think you should get vaccinated and then get sick.
What?
This is why. Because then you got the vaccine protects you from a bad infection, and then you get COVID, so then you get the robust immunity that's imparted from having the actual disease itself.
So for you, Joe Rogan,
yes,
I would say you've had it.
Yes.
So now get one shot of the vaccine.
No.
Why not?
Because I have better immunity than I would if I was vaccinated.
Okay, so Jeff, listen, I know that you love Joe Rogan. I actually love listening to his podcast too. Do you think that he's doing a disservice to his listeners knowing that he also had like really expensive treatments that I know that my brother-in-law wasn't able to get, like the antibodies and what are they called?
The monoclonal, the Regeneron, all of that.
Right, yeah. So I respect Joe Rogan because he could have anybody on his podcast and he listens to them and hears them out. I don't like the fact that now, because I think it's because Trump came out and said he took that along with the cocktail of other things, that people are against this medicine. If it worked for Joe Rogan, right, and if he's saying I didn't get vaccinated, by the way, I have to preface, I'm vaccinated. I have discernment in what I listen to, saying I don't have to agree with everything Joe Rogan says. I have to put that out there first. But if it worked for him, why aren't we looking into that as opposed to looking at this other pill that Dr. Coley was talking about yesterday?
Merck created it.
Right.
Yep.
So this new pill's the magic drug. Yay, Merck. But if this works, why aren't we looking into it?
We should, and they did in Egypt. So they did a study on ivermectin in Egypt, a large study to see if it did work. And they actually ended up pulling the study because they found that the data did not support what a lot of people believed it to be. Now, maybe it was the monoclonal that worked for him,
yeah.
or maybe he had mild symptoms. Like, you know, we don't know.
But it's been issued over 1 billion times to people. We have this advertisement now that it's horse dewormer, and it's not true. Talk about integrity as a journalist. That's not political. That's not integrity.
Yeah,
They're
CNN
lying.
shouldn't have put that
they
out
shouldn't
there.
put that out there. If it does work, why aren't we talking about it? Because Trump endorsed it? That's what I think it is.
I just think it's strange to me that we have vaccines and people, your body, your choice, people. But we have a vaccine and we know that it is effective. Even if there are breakthrough cases, we aren't seeing the death rate. And ultimately, what we're really talking about is that people are dying right now as we speak from COVID, and people are willing to do everything and throw the whole kitchen sink at their bodies, but they're not willing to take the vaccine. And I think that's where we are right now. Like, if you're going to throw something at your body, I don't know. I probably would want to go with something that we feel like this is what's working for people who have had breakthrough cases or not getting COVID. But I don't know anything.
Just trust the data, trust the science, right? The data's out there. Maybe they will look at ivermectin and the Egyptian study will get bigger. But right now, there is not enough data to suggest that alone ivermectin can help with COVID. The Merck drug does have that data. Trust the science.
But this, I know we're out of time, but it is. Why aren't we looking into it? If Joe Rogan took it along with other things, right, why aren't we saying that instead of saying it's horse dewormer because Trump endorsed it?
Because
that's what I'm saying.
Right. I think you don't want regular people to suddenly get ivermectin, which is anti-parasitic.
Put that message out there. Say, don't take this by yourself. It's other things as well.
Yes. Yeah. Go at the end of the day, go to your doctor. Don't listen to me. Listen to your doctor.
Listen to me.
Never. Why not? Coming out, he always has discernment. That's important.
I was proud of you. That's
but Jonah Hill is shutting down fan comments, even the good ones. The one topic he says is off limits, and Prince William is calling for an end to the space race. Why he's firing back after William Shatner's flight.
Closed captioning provided by
Hello. We have something to talk about coming up. We are talking. Continue.
Or do you want to go back to the ivermectin thing?
No, I like this. Or whatever you want to do.
Oh, you like the Prince thing? I'm not really strong in that.
Okay, let's go back to the ivermectin. Let's go back.
I was just making.
I
said it was hypocritical a little bit. Well, maybe we will go here.
Go to it.
He was
Prince
bashing like billionaires.
Prince
but
William.
He's a prince. Isn't it kind of like a little hypocritical?
And I said no because
it's coming up.
Right.
Okay, go back.
Okay, we'll go back.
I'm not even gonna take that stance when we're talking about it anyways.
I think there's two words that sound really scary, but you should know cause and correlation is what data does. And we don't know, although it might have helped Joe Rogan, and we could open that study, that ivermectin alone cured him because he was taking so many other things. You don't have cause and correlation for that particular drug to say that did it.
But I think in Israel they do.
There are other studies.
People are applauding Israel for their handling of COVID, and they're taking ivermectin.
And more doctors in Israel are prescribing ivermectin in the human form.
So don't say that it's not prescribed anywhere, or we don't have enough data.
In FDA, the data has said we don't feel comfortable enough. But I agree with you, it's not, globally it's not. But in America, right now, the FDA has said.
And Joe Rogan said on his podcast, you could look this up if you don't, but I heard this. He said the inventor of that ivermectin, because it's like a 40-year-old drug, got a Nobel Prize.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great drug. It's an anti-parasitic, but in a different way.
So how much of this people not wanting to take it? Again, my wife had COVID. We didn't even think about it. We're not taking it. I'm not taking that stance. But if Trump had not endorsed it and said he took it, how much more likely do you think that it would be a thing?
I think it's hard because a lot of people see it as a dewormer, which it is. It's an anti-parasitic drug, but in specific cases you can use it.
It's not the same drug.
But the FDA feels the data isn't there, and I do trust the FDA, whether or not that's not something you agree with.
It's antiviral in higher doses. Dang, that was in my ear.
He's the worst.
Miss a day of DBL. Bold debates. Enough.
Get real.
Hot celebs.
Happy 5th anniversary.
That just sounded weird, actually.
And all the laughs. Okay, I'm done with this. DBL is always all new every day. Welcome back to DBL. We're getting our first look at William Shatner floating weightless in space. Blue Origin posted this video showing Shatner peering out the window looking back down on Earth for the first time in his life. You can even hear him say, "Oh, wow." Here's what he said about the experience once he got back.
You're looking down on the Earth, look up in space, but you're also looking up into the future and looking down into the past. What we're looking down upon is Mother Earth, and it needs protecting.
Now, some people, including Prince William, say that space exploration should take a back seat to efforts to protect Mother Earth. Here's what he said in a recent BBC interview.
The idea that space race is on at the moment, we've seen everyone trying to get space tourism going. It's the idea that we need some of the world's greatest brains and minds fixed on trying to repair this planet, not trying to find the next place to go and live.
Wow. What do you guys think about that?
First of all, I think it's a little weird that he's a prince and he's saying that and kind of bashing billionaires.
Oh,
Do you
that's
not see
interesting.
That? You don't see that? Erica's got a different take. I'm going to say, why, if these billionaires want to do what they want to do with their money, why is anyone bashing them? Why is everyone looking at me?
No, she looks like she wants to.
All the eyeballs up here are like.
Well, you're speaking and we're looking at you. That's
but no,
the
it's
exchange.
not looking at me. It's like.
No, we're not.
I got a lot of that going on.
Chomping at the bits. Tori was like this.
Okay, you talk. You talk.
Here's how I feel. Okay, so annoying.
Okay.
I apologize if I look goofy. I strongly believe in space exploration. And if you are a Trekkie, you get it that it's not for colonialization of other planets. It's an involvement of our species to explore. It's what we do best, to seek new life and new civilization. That's in Star Trek. However, I also believe we should be fixing this Earth. But I don't think those two have to be one or the other. I think Jeff Bezos, who I think should pay his people more, treat his employees better, and pay taxes. I know that's a different story. More taxes, okay? I think he is giving $10 billion now to global climate change, but perhaps that was with some pressure. I want to do both. I don't think it has to be one or the other.
So you can't go on a boat anymore because they're spending their money frivolously? Frivolously? Dang.
No, but for a lot of people say $1 gazillion to go up for 3 minutes and float in space. Why are we not fixing?
Why are you on a 100-foot yacht floating around for no reason drinking champagne?
But why not invest if you're going to do new ideas? Invest in green fuel, in all this new environment. Do it on planet
Erica,
Earth,
how do you
not
feel?
up there.
This is just very strange to me. The whole thing is very strange. I don't know if watching William Shatner, who I have respect for that man, but it's like watching him in space for 3 minutes say,
right.
"Oh wow,"
right?
Like I guess I just don't get. I don't get it. I don't get how that's helping that actors and billionaires are going up in space. How is that a part of the helping? It's just weird. It's like, you know, you're like 7 and you're like this far away from being able to ride the roller coaster, and then everybody who's taller can ride the roller coaster. These are just rich people riding the roller coaster until the rest of us get to real people height and money.
But I think that's how it starts. I think it starts with the uber rich until it trickles down.
I agree with you, Tori.
I really
so we eventually can ride the roller coaster?
Yeah,
and how does that help?
Because eventually it'll lead to longer space exploration until we visit Mars.
So we all get to float.
Not those who want to can actually go into this as an industry.
And then once we float, what are we doing up there?
We're meeting new and exploring new spaces. That's important in our life.
We can't see that in the countless movies on space exploration?
No.
Just
coming up on DBL. She is the brains behind the infamous Miracle Mop. Joy Mangano is here. What was it like being played by Jennifer Lawrence in her biopic?
Claims Biden's new driving tax is expected to cost you about 8 cents a mile. Get ready to pay an extra $1,200 a year. A post on Facebook reads, better contact your reps. If you drive 26,000 miles times 8 cents per mile, that's $2,080. Now get mad. Rick and BE asked the Verify team, is this accurate? Our source for this is the Infrastructure and Jobs Investment Act, which is part of the president's Build Back Better agenda. The legislation includes around $550 billion in new federal investment in America's roads and bridges, water infrastructure, resilience, internet, and more. In it is a national motor vehicle per mile user fee pilot for drivers who participate in a pilot program aimed at studying whether a per mile user fee would help improve roads. The goal here is to see if such a fee would help restore and maintain long-term solvency of the Highway Trust Fund and improve the surface transportation system. If the legislation passes, the participants in the study would record the miles they drive and pay fees based on those miles. Enrollment would be voluntary, and the participants would be reimbursed for out-of-pocket expenses. So we can verify the legislation does not include a new driving tax, as these social media posts claim.
Ever wonder who would play you in a film about your life? Heidi Klum right here, right? Well, our next guest had the legendary Jennifer, why are you laughing? Had the legendary Jennifer Lawrence play her earlier. We sat down with the brain behind the miracle mop and the huggable hanger, Joy Mangano. That's today's DBL Spotlight.
I have real ambitions and real ideas.
We're making an invention, and it's very serious.
Please welcome Joy Mangano.
Yes.
Hello there.
Hello there. Now, we wanted to ask, you were portrayed by Jennifer Lawrence in the award-winning film based on your life, Joy. The movie is all about chasing your dreams and making them a reality despite all sorts of setbacks. So could you share with our audience and us, what's the single best piece of advice you've learned along the way, Joy?
I guess at the top of the list is just keep going, and you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, figuring out how to get through everything. Because if you stop, so many people say, oh, I had a great idea and I started this, but then I stopped. If you stop, you have 100% chance of getting nowhere. Mm-hmm. And so, I guess I've always been kind of unrelenting and trying to figure out a different way to get there.
Just keep swimming. I love that. Also, was it cool having Jennifer Lawrence play you in a movie? Was that like the coolest thing?
No, it wasn't, Tori. She hated every second of it.
Come on.
It really was surreal. She's so bright, so talented, and really probably one of the funniest people I've ever met. But then, on top of that, Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, David O. Russell, Diane Ladd, it was just amazing. And it was something that I am so proud with them, because I think that movie Joy inspired so many people.
Yes, indeed.
And really, that's a good thing.
I think people know you best from the creation of the Miracle Mop. How did this idea come to fruition? Like, what were some of the ideas behind that?
I look at the world through product, right? Even when I was young, I was blowing up my parents' toaster to make it into something else, or, building a 7-story tree house. I look at somebody struggling or what the challenge is in life, and I look at product to solve that. So whoever thought a simple twist would change a category?
Now, you've done a lot of pitching in your life, obviously a lot of successful pitching, and I'm sure a lot of our audience that has an idea, has an invention, really kind of wants to know what a pitch is and what it looks like and what it sounds like. So can you give us the elevator pitch for your show?
Oh, absolutely. That's easy. It's the first live shoppable competition show. There is a mission behind this show that, the last year and a half, everybody has been through an incredible time in history, but also small businesses and entrepreneurs. They represent over 90% of the firms in this country, and I think they're the engine to America. Every Thursday for entrepreneurs, and we got thousands of applications to pitch their products live, and you'll hear their backstories, and the viewer becomes the consumer, becomes the buyer, and the entrepreneur that sells the most product gets to turn around and face the panel of retail titans, and they're going to give that winning entrepreneur a purchase order, a 6-figure purchase order to put their products in nationwide. That's going to happen live every single week. It's not like you're following somebody through a season. Every single week, new products, new entrepreneurs, new winners, new life-changing deals. Does it get better than that?
Wow.
I'm watching. I'm here for it because it's almost like it's an auction that then turns into like a Shark Tank that you actually see happen right in front of you.
All right, America's Big Deal premieres today, October 14th on USA Network. And to shop live during the show, you can use Shoppable TV and NBC Universal Checkout. Thank you so much, Joy, just for keep on swimming. Thanks again. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Joy.
Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The nation's largest airline is still trying to repair the damage after an operational meltdown over the weekend. Thousands of passengers were stranded after Southwest canceled 2,400 flights. Some social media users claim in posts shared and liked tens of thousands of times that the cancellations were caused by employees protesting against a COVID-19 vaccine mandate issued just a few days earlier. It was then echoed by some big names, including Donald Trump Jr. and comedian Chad Prather. So let's verify. Were Southwest Airlines delays caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate? Our sources are Southwest Airlines, the FAA, the Southwest Airlines Pilots Association, and industry analyst Brett Snyder. Last week, Southwest announced its employees need to get their COVID-19 vaccine by December 8th, citing President Biden's federal mandate. Then, on Friday, the pilots union filed a motion in federal court to stop the mandate. And a few hours later, the mass cancellations began, which prompted social media users to connect the dots. However, both Southwest and the pilots union say there was no vaccine protest. The airline claims bad weather and air traffic control delays were the root of the problem, although the FAA pushed back and said the massive delays weren't its fault. So, what really happened? The pilots union says it came down to bad planning and not a worker protest. Both pilots and flight attendant unions have complained for months that crews are stretched thin because there isn't enough staff. The head of the pilots union outright said, quote, "I can say with certainty that there are no work slowdowns or sickouts either related to the recent mandatory vaccine mandate or otherwise," unquote. And industry analyst Brett Snyder at crankyconcierge.com, who is helping stranded clients, found the meltdown coincided with what was supposed to be Southwest's biggest day of flying since the pandemic began.
Everything I've seen suggests that there's no nefarious plot by labor to disrupt operations or anything like that. Or the simplest explanation is that they messed up. Something went very wrong. It broke. And then now they're trying to put it back together again.
So there's no evidence that Southwest Airlines delays were caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate. In fact, other airlines like Spirit Airlines saw similar meltdowns when they tried to ramp up operations and experienced similar delays. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Don't miss a day of DBL. I am here to receive said gift. Bold debates. Come on now. Enough.
Get real.
It blows my mind.
Hot celebs.
Happy 5th anniversary.
Love a suit, by the way.
Thank you.
Seriously, Al, give her a break. That just sounded weird, actually.
And all the laughs. Yes, Erica, feeling it. Okay, I'm done with you. I'm done. DBL is always all new every day. Leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online, but if you're sticking around, here is what's coming up. Daniel Craig admits he went to gay bars to meet women. Was this a smart idea, or was he invading the space? And fashion expert Lawrence Zarian tells us the pieces everyone needs in their closet. Don't go away.
Season is here, and many people online are searching for ways to relieve some of their symptoms. So we asked Verify viewers and people on our team to text us their home remedies. And y'all, we got some wild ones.
My Jamaican grandmother insists rubbing down with Jamaican white rum and then wrapping up to sweat out the cold.
My cold remedy is I slice up some red onion, put the slices in the bottom of my socks, and then sleep with my socks on all night.
Most of the home remedies that you told us about had one thing in common. Their goal is to make you sweat out the cold. So let's verify. Can you actually cure a cold by sweating it out? We went to these sources for an answer. Sweat is mostly made up of water, with trace amounts of electrolytes and vitamins.
And that sweat is not the virus. It's just literally your hydration.
When a person is fighting off a virus like the common cold, their body temperature may increase slightly, causing them to sweat. When that sweat evaporates, it causes a cooling sensation. But Dr. Galiatzatos warns too much sweating can cause dehydration, which could make it harder for you to get better.
For my patients to say, look, you got to stay hydrated, take it all in any way you can. Your grandmom's chicken broth to my mom's happy to bring you some chamomile tea.
He says home remedies like putting onions in your socks and rubbing yourself down with Jamaican rum might alleviate some cold symptoms, but they won't cure your cold. So we can verify, no, you cannot cure a cold by sweating it out. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Erica, Jeff, and Tori. Let's get started. So a couple of Hollywood actors are speaking out about their body image. First, Jonah Hill. His weight has fluctuated over the years, and he has been open about his body insecurities in the past. He recently posted a message to his fans on Instagram saying, quote, "I kindly ask that you not comment on my body, good or bad. I want to politely let you know that it's not helpful and doesn't feel good." And Kumail Nanjiani has also admitted he's uncomfortable with talking about his body, which gained a lot of attention after he posted these photos on social media back in 2019. He told GQ he got ripped to be believable as a Marvel action hero, but said he also developed body dysmorphia, where he would only focus on his flaws. So, Jeff, we always talk on the show about women speaking out about body positivity and how it's affected them. We rarely get to hear from men. What did you think about this?
It's a thing. You know, a lot of people don't. I focus on my body too. I don't look like Kumail. He looks fantastic.
You don't.
I don't even know if I could say that.
You don't look like. Sorry, continue.
Wow.
I got a crack for you, but I'm not allowed to make those cracks.
He's right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you said that to her?
Yeah.
You
see?
sometimes do.
Off camera. Often. It happens often. But it's weird. Just this male-female thing, and males, you don't think about this, that they don't focus on their body. I totally do. What I see in the mirror, I go up and down, I fluctuate, and when I let myself go, for me, I'm speaking about myself, I don't feel as good, right? And I have to do what I do, get back in the gym, start listening to positivity, and as I do that, I feel better about myself, but not to the point where I have body dysmorphia.
How do you feel? Sorry that I keep asking you questions. I want to learn because I tend to only think about women and body issues, and I need to be better about that. How do you feel when people comment on your body, period? Is that off limits?
No, not at all. Like, I'd rather someone be like, dude, my friends, they tell me, like, your back fat's getting a little out of control. I'm like, it is. And, I see a picture and I'm like, I got to get back in the gym. You know what I mean? Because I let it go.
That motivates you.
I take constructive criticism, even if they make fun of my back fat. But I look at it like, hey, you're just being blunt with me. I'm not an offensive type of person, even though we live in this very offensive society.
I see Kumail and Jonah as slightly different because Kumail, although I appreciate him talking about the body dysmorphia thing, that's a very common thing when your body changes faster than your mind has.
Did you go through that with your?
I definitely did. I never, like when I would compete in fitness competitions, I never had body issues before, but when I started,
there's Erica.
And there's me naked. After I would focus only on what wasn't, quote, right, which was ridiculous. With Jonah, I think in my opinion, the reason why it's different is because he's not doing this for a role necessarily. He's not doing it and advertising it. And I think when you're doing it for a role, while it's still a complicated issue, he was also on all of these men's fitness magazines and stuff like that. So for Jonah to be like, this isn't what my message really is, like, why don't you just leave me alone? It says a lot. We shouldn't just be able to comment on people's bodies.
It's really emboldening. I just wanted to give a quick story. Jonah Hill was on Jimmy Kimmel, and he was thin, doesn't matter, but he came out, and Jimmy Kimmel goes, "You smell amazing." He goes, "I didn't expect someone like you to smell good." And everyone laughed, and Jonah Hill was like, "That really hurt my feelings, what you just said, and I'm trying to not be offended. What do you mean that a guy like me wouldn't smell good?" And the audience thought he was playing around, like Seth Rogen and whatever. But I think he was genuinely like, yo, how emboldened do you have to be on a late night talk show to just say to someone who might have been heavy in the past, that's how fattest we are, to be like, didn't think you would smell good. And the audience laughs. So that's just how easy the language comes to people, and I'm glad a male like him is speaking out about it. I really am.
Good conversation. All right, so Daniel Craig says he likes going to gay bars. Speaking on a podcast, the 007 actor admitted he used to get into fights at, quote, hetero bars during his single years, so he started going to gay bars in order to avoid all that aggressive masculinity. Listen.
It would just be a good place to go. Everybody was chilled. You didn't really have to sort of state your sexuality.
Right.
It was okay, and it was a very safe place to be. And I could meet girls there because there were a lot of girls who were there for exactly the same reason I was there.
You're shaking your head.
Well, no, we had an interesting conversation about this earlier. So I take this very bluntly. I totally got what he was saying. I just get to A to B. But Erica's take on this really made me rethink it.
Me too.
So maybe
because I thought it was great that 007 masculinity was saying this, and then Erica said this is more nuanced. So I love your take.
I want to hear it.
Well, when you say like the 007 masculinity or aggressive masculinity, it kind of speaks to me as if you're a gay male, you can't have masculinity or aggressive masculinity. Like, and then also the idea, and I was just talking about an example when I was in Chicago, and I went to this like very old school, like established gay bar, and I was there with a few friends, and this guy who was probably like in his late 50s, early 60s, and he came up to us and he's like, "Why are you here?" And it wasn't that, and I understand like there are places that are very much welcoming to everyone, but we were 3 young girls in there, you know, it was all about us, and he was basically saying this is our safe space. And I really took that to heart because I know where my safe spaces are, and I don't want someone to encroach on that, but more importantly, make it about them. So with it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, that idea of aggressive masculinity or the question of masculinity, because you can be LGBTQIA and you know, that doesn't take that away from you.
Right. And I was saying it in society of, 007, a masculine thing. And I even said that trope as I was on the air. And I had to stop and say, wait, masculine doesn't always have to be this. Like, I was playing into it even as I was having this discussion. 007 is manly. That's not true.
Is that a trope though? Is that?
I think it's outdated and it's not 100% correct.
This is where
it's
I'm
not
learning.
offensive.
This is where I'm learning
too,
because when I think of like a bar or like what 007's talking about, I think of the guy who just watched a fight at Buffalo Wild Wings. He watched UFC. So I get what he's saying. But then when I hear Erica talk, I'm like, I got a lot to learn. Maybe,
me too, because
y'all have never seen a fight at a gay bar. I mean, come on.
No, I would not associate a fist fight at a gay bar. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I used to.
Y'all haven't been to enough gay bars.
No,
I'm just saying. Don't
hold up, because that's not true. I used to live above a gay bar for 10 years in West Hollywood, and every night I would go down there. I would just get like a bite to eat. This was a long time ago, but that became like my home, and I never witnessed fights, aggression. I never had to fear like being hit on. So I think there is a degree where this is true, but I like your nuanced explanation because it makes us unpack it a little bit more.
Totally.
I've been to Tom Tom a bunch, no fights.
Tom Tom's not a gay bar.
It's in West Hollywood.
Yeah, it's not a gay bar.
Doesn't mean it's a gay bar.
No.
Coming up on DBL.
Still no fights.
Friend of the show, Lawrence Zarian, is here live, you guys. You do not want to miss his tips to help spruce up your closet for fall. There he is. Hey!
Closed captioning provided by... So we're about to talk to Lawrence Zarian. If you guys don't know him, he's a really good stylist on a lot of talk shows, and he's really good for women to look sexy, but at a certain age where he feels appropriate. He was just listening, I don't know if you guys know, to our conversation about gay bars and Daniel Craig, and really reacted to it. You could see him live. So what we're gonna do when we go to him, as Megan's showing you right now to talk to Sam, but he knows like he has specific what we just talked about, and we love, at least I do, when a guest wants to get involved in what we've already had, because it really makes, I don't know, it just opens up to another point of view that I didn't know about. And I know Lawrence will have a lot to say, so I look forward to that.
I didn't know Tom Tom wasn't a gay bar. Did you think it was?
No. Tom Tom is just a bar in West Hollywood. If you didn't know, West Hollywood's a very gay-friendly area, very, very strong. But some bars are just bars.
Listen, when I drive by there, everyone's having a blast. Nobody's fighting. I don't see any fights.
I never witnessed a fight when I lived right above a gay bar in West Hollywood.
Jure, what do you want to say?
What?
About this?
Oh, well, since I'm
Dre's
here,
openly gay, just so you know.
Very openly gay. Hey, if you haven't known, Hamburger Mary's is a sports bar though, so there is that masculinity sense, all that stuff. Like, bro, look at these muscles.
Yes.
You know, this masculinity is there. But this happens all the time. Like, as a former drag queen, the straight boys would come in all the time, just right behind the bachelorette parties. But like Erica said, 2010, when I couldn't be like legally married and across the country, I didn't want all you girls up in there, no, because I'm showing off for the boys, you know? But now, I'm gonna make my checks off of you. So come on in, baby. But it depends on who you ask.
Would you
for
equate
sure.
gay bars with fighting, or would you equate maybe a Buffalo Wild Wings? I'm just using that
Bro,
with fighting.
I would equate a gay bar with fighting. Like, have you not?
Really?
Yeah, Hamburger Mary's Sports Bar. Once
So
again.
am I antiquated? Am I thinking that more fights happen at non-gay bars?
Oh, I think it just depends where you're at.
I don't know if we can generalize.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
In West Hollywood.
But I would.
Welcome back to DBL. He's the man who celebs turn to when it comes to fashion, and today he's telling us how to dress for fall. Welcome to the show, our friend. We miss you, lifestyle expert and designer Lawrence Zarian. Yes.
Hi guys, and I'm telling you this right now, Uncle Bert, LZ is coming home. The next time I'm on this show, I'm sitting at that desk with you guys.
Yes, you are.
We can't
Okay,
wait.
so LZ, I'm going to call you LZ too. I know that's your and Bert's like language between the two, but you are a friend of the show. So tell us this, because I know that you were listening to our previous segment, right, about James Bond going to gay bars to avoid fighting. What is your stance on that?
Freedom when you go to a gay bar, because there's such a celebration of just being who you are. And the bottom line is, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, no matter what you are, the feelings and the emotions are yours, and it doesn't matter what your label is. If a fight's gonna happen, a fight's gonna happen. But there is a celebration because you're at this place, you're at a bar, at a restaurant, at a club, where it's okay just to be you. And more so than ever, I look to places where they can just feel free and feel comfortable to be themselves. And the next time Daniel Craig goes to a gay bar, could someone please tell me? Because I'd like to go too.
He's like, I'm there. Right, exactly. I'll join you, Lauren. Okay, so let's get to fashion, because you know fashion more than anyone. How do we get our closet ready for fall? Because it just started to get cold here in Denver.
Okay, first of all, for the last 2 years, the choices we make with our wardrobes have changed. So everybody doesn't know what to do. So I say right now, carve out some time, a day or a weekend or whatever you have, and empty your closet. Take everything out of your wardrobe and start from scratch. That's number one. Number two, go through everything. Go through everything, and if it's torn, if it's ripped, if it has stains, if it stinks, either cut it up into little dust cloths or get rid of it. Once you've done all of that, then start putting everything into specific piles or categories. So you have choices. You can put them together by season. You can put things together by color. Or what I like to do is put all my jeans together, put all my dress shirts together, put all my suits together, because then you know where your real estate is. And then here's the most important thing. If it's things in your wardrobe, ladies, that you're not wearing, you've worn to death, what if you create a girls' night out? So take all these pieces that you don't wear anymore, put them to the side, all your same thing, and then create the ultimate fashion show at your home. You have your stuff, the girlfriends bring all their stuff, and then together you do the perfect clothing swap. What you think you've worn to death, a girlfriend might think, oh my gosh, I can't wait to style that. Then you start doing a fashion show with each other, wearing each other's clothes, and A, bring lots of wine, B, have some fun, crank the music, and instead of throwing things away and filling up the landfills, what used to be you might think is outdated in your wardrobe a girlfriend might look at and think, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get my style on in that. It's fun, you're saving money, and it's the perfect girls' night out.
I love that, but you make sure you get that right group of girlfriends, because that could go from swap to swipe real quick, Lawrence, and we all know it. We all know it. So what are the items that everyone needs to have in their closet right now?
That is so funny. I love that more than anything in the world. That is the best. And also, let me just say one more thing real quickly. Ladies tend to buy things for their wardrobe as incentive to lose weight. Like if you're a size 10, they buy a size 8 or 6 to make them feel like they need to lose weight. Get rid of all that stuff, because every time you have that stuff in your wardrobe, you're telling yourself what you are not. And that personally is destroying your spirit and your ego. Only have pieces in your wardrobe that make you feel beautiful. And when it comes to must-haves, for women, always a 2-piece black suit, always, no matter what season. A dark rinse pair of jeans that fit. The dark rinse, you can dress up, you can dress down. A white t-shirt, always key. A crisp white dress shirt, always important. And for women, always that little black dress. Those are some wardrobe essentials that every woman needs, and a classic black and nude pair of pumps.
Ooh. Just write that down, everybody. All right, Lawrence, it's getting cold out. I'm a shivering. What about cardigans? Talk to me. Your clothing line has some amazing options, but what is your absolute favorite if you had to name any?
Okay, let me just tell you this. It is an anniversary. This is the 1-year anniversary of the official launch of my CAXLZ Connected Apparel collection. Thank you. And everybody goes nuts. And the number one piece that every woman loved is called the Bianca cardigan.
Bianca.
And just so you know, I named every piece of my collection after women that are strong and powerful that have influenced my life. So the Bianca cardigan I designed in black. But then to elevate it to the next level, as you saw, I designed it in leopard print and snakeskin. Yes. Leopard print and snakeskin are classic styles and pieces that you'll always add to elevate your wardrobe. Each cardigan is only $45. It's machine washable, and the best part, ladies, it has pockets.
Yes.
You're welcome.
LZ, we love you. You always make sense out of fashion. In fact, I feel energized to go clean out my closet. So DBL Nation, now that you've seen the classics to elevate your wardrobe, head over to connectedapparel.com, and don't forget, for your daily style updates, follow Lawrence Arian on Instagram. You'll be happy you did. Trust us. Thank you. We hope to see you soon, Lawrence.
I love you guys. I'll see you very, very soon.
Yeah. Bye. We'll be right back.
We all know.
Tweet claims Biden's new driving tax is expected to cost you about 8 cents a mile. Get ready to pay an extra $1,200 a year. A post on Facebook reads, better contact your reps. If you drive 26,000 miles times 8 cents per mile, that's $2,080. Now get mad. Rick and BE asked the Verify team, is this accurate? Our source for this is the Infrastructure and Jobs Investment Act, which is part of the president's Build Back Better agenda. The legislation includes around $550 billion in new federal investment in America's roads and bridges, water infrastructure, resilience, internet, and more. In it is a national motor vehicle per mile user fee pilot for drivers who participate in a pilot program aimed at studying whether a per mile user fee would help improve roads. The goal here is to see if such a fee would help restore and maintain long-term solvency of the Highway Trust Fund and improve the surface transportation system. If the legislation passes, the participants in the study would record the miles they drive and pay fees based on those miles. Enrollment would be voluntary, and the participants would be reimbursed for out-of-pocket expenses. So we can verify the legislation does not include a new driving tax, as these social media posts claim.
Welcome back. Are you getting ready to start holiday shopping? If so, you're going to want to check out these deals that Steph showed Tori earlier from our friends at Morning Save.
What do you have for us today, Stephanie?
Hey, Tori, I've got some wonderful products and even better deals, and I can't wait to share them with you. So first up, we've got the Vimy Tempo VT3 Plus smartwatch.
Okay.
So you'll get one watch and a charger. Now, this is an all-in-one smartwatch and fitness tracker. It's water resistant and it lasts up to 7 days with one charge. So normally, this is as much as $100, Tori.
Right.
But we got it for only $39, saving our viewers up to 61%.
I love getting a deal where the whole thing is like so good you think it's $2,000 and it was $39. Go get this, everyone.
It's so sleek.
I love that. 7 days, one charge. Very good.
Oh, that's amazing, isn't it? And I love it right now tracking my steps.
I know.
I'm trying to make sure I get 10,000 steps in a day. So an item like this would really, really help.
And good present for the holidays.
It's coming up before you know it, Tori.
Agreed.
I love it. Okay, now, Tori, let's be honest, we could all use a massage, right? Well, we've got the Parsex Deep Tissue Percussion Massager.
Whoa.
So you'll get one massage gun with all of these 6 different attachment heads like this. So it'll increase your blood flow, break up scar tissue, enhance your range of motion, and, of course, relieve your muscle tension. It's super compact, travel friendly, and quieter than most comparable products on the market. So normally this is as much as $149,
they're
Tori.
pricey.
But we've got it for only $39, which means you can get an at-home massage and save up to 74%.
Guys, relax with this, knowing you also saved. That's a phenomenal product at a phenomenal price.
Now, this next item is going to make you feel like you're on the go and you're a makeup artist. Fabulous. We've got makeover essentials on the go travel set. This little petite kit includes 10 eyeshadows, 5 lipstick shades, 1 blush, 1 liner, 1 mascara, 1 bronzer, 2 applicators, a mirror, and essential brushes, 8 of these. So normally it was $96 and now it's as much as $12. What? Saving up to 88%. That is a huge saving, Tori.
I'm totally getting get multiples of these. That's fantastic. And guys, the brushes are really soft. I tried them backstage.
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
Love this.
Great price.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, we've got Olivia Rose satin sleep set with 2-pack of towel turbans. So you'll get a matching satin eye mask, I love those so much, satin pillowcase with 2 towel turbans. So the eye mask, it's lightweight and breathable. The turban towels are perfect for hands, free hair drying, and the satin pillowcase will help maintain moisture in your skin and your hair. So that means goodbye wrinkles and hair frizz.
Nice.
So normally all of this is as much as $80. We've got it right now for only $25, Tori, saving up to 69%.
That is, first of all, I just love the sleep mask. I'm really big and just got into it. But the satin pillow, I learned from you and Erica, it helps with your hair, y'all, and it helps with your skin. And for that price, you're saving so much and getting so much. That's brilliant. So all these products, guys, I would take in a heartbeat. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone, which I'm sure you're on right now. Thank you so much, Steph. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The nation's largest airline is still trying to repair the damage after an operational meltdown over the weekend. Thousands of passengers were stranded after Southwest canceled 2,400 flights. Some social media users claim in posts shared and liked tens of thousands of times that the cancellations were caused by employees protesting against a COVID-19 vaccine mandate issued just a few days earlier. It was then echoed by some big names, including Donald Trump Jr. and comedian Chad Prather. So let's verify. Were Southwest Airlines delays caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate? Our sources are Southwest Airlines, the FAA, the Southwest Airlines Pilots Association, and industry analyst Brett Snyder. Last week, Southwest announced its employees need to get their COVID-19 vaccine by December 8th, citing President Biden's federal mandate. Then, on Friday, the pilots union filed a motion in federal court to stop the mandate. And a few hours later, the mass cancellations began, which prompted social media users to connect the dots. However, both Southwest and the pilots union say there was no vaccine protest. The airline claims bad weather and air traffic control delays were the root of the problem, although the FAA pushed back and said the massive delays weren't its fault. So, what really happened? The pilots union says it came down to bad planning and not a worker protest. Both pilots and flight attendant unions have complained for months that crews are stretched thin because there isn't enough staff. The head of the pilots union outright said, quote, "I can say with certainty that there are no work slowdowns or sickouts either related to the recent mandatory vaccine mandate or otherwise," unquote. And industry analyst Brett Snyder at crankyconcierge.com, who is helping stranded clients, found the meltdown coincided with what was supposed to be Southwest's biggest day of flying since the pandemic began.
Everything I've seen suggests that there's no nefarious plot by labor to disrupt operations or anything like that. Or the simplest explanation is that they messed up. Something went very wrong. It broke. And then now they're trying to put it back together again.
So there's no evidence that Southwest Airlines delays were caused by employees protesting against a vaccine mandate. In fact, other airlines like Spirit Airlines saw similar meltdowns when they tried to ramp up operations and experienced similar delays. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Don't miss a day of DBL. I am here to receive that gift. Bold debates. Come on now. Enough.
Get real.
It blows my mind.
Hot celebs.
Happy 5th anniversary.
Love a suit, by the way.
Thank you.
Seriously, Al, give her a break. That just sounded weird, actually.
And all the laughs. Yes, Erica, feeling it. Okay, I'm done with you. I'm done. DBL is always all new every day. Tori, comments?
I really want to give a big shout out to Lawrence Zarian. He was great. A lot of you wrote in, but Donnie wrote in, why are men always left out of these kind of topics?
Yeah, I related a lot to everything he said, like the sizes. I keep those because I'm like, I'm going to drop a couple pounds off fit in there. Still dusty in there.
Are you going to purge?
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple tips from LZ.
DBL's new every day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.